does.
Yeah, it does.
Right. Cool. Right. Well, I'm excited to see what happens next.
I hope you plan on coming back down those stairs.
I'm sorry?
I just said I hope you plan on coming back down those stairs.
Well, I might be jumping out the window. I don't know. Although I don't see a window.
Out of the skillet into the fire, huh?
Yeah, that's what I get. You know, when I was actually age 18, I was even more of a dumbass.
We all.
And it's possible that I haven't learned much in the ensuing 30 something years. Anyway.
You there, Jennifer? You got video or sound?
I was there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay.
Now I'm not there again, though. There I am.
I can hear you, though.
Whoa. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, there's Andrew.
Hello.
Andrew, I totally forgot about your tire. Did you get home okay? Sorry.
I did.
What happened?
It still looks okay. It's the check tire pressure light came on, which I guess sometimes it does with changing seasons, but I had a tire blowout a couple of weeks ago, so I was pretty squirrely about it.
Good.
So I checked this morning. It looks, I don't see any flat tires, so I'm going to take it to the gas station tomorrow and just make sure everything is proper PSI.
That happens again. Just remind me, Andrew. My mind is not real good for remembering things.
Yeah. Same here.
Oh, okay.
I think I looked before I left and it looked okay. It still looks okay. Thanks.
Hey, Les, guess what we found in a couple tires in the last 3 months?
What's that?
Osage orange thorns.
Oh no. Did they blow the tires?
Ruined them. Yeah, they were not fixable.
Oh, shit.
No shit.
Really?
They replaced them?
Really slow leaks. Yeah, they do really slow leaks, but there were so many of them that you could. I mean, the tires were old anyway, so we just
Holy crap.
I got one I got to take in tomorrow that's been leaking slow, too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's some nasty little thorns.
Yeah, they are. How's the fence growing? I forgot to go look at it last night.
They're like mostly 10 feet tall now, all over the place. She's probably going to trim them back, though, I would think, this fall. So. And weave them together again more, you know.
There's Oren in the background.
I might go on mute, just so.
No, he's not bothering anybody, I don't think.
Well, you know,
He might want to say something personal.
That's a good point.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, see, I just say it right in front of everybody. I don't care.
I just don't want anyone's verbal spells to be ruined, or
Well, basically, Les is recording, and he could pass it on to the Division of Family Services.
That's correct.
Exactly.
So
anyway, Orrin is in the dining room, doing his own thing. I'm not sure.
Good man. Keep it up, Oren. All right, everybody's here. Welcome. Thanks again, Gordon, for last night, and Andrew. Thank you as well for the gift. I got to be honest with you. I didn't open the bourbon yet, but I definitely got into the chili cheese. So
gotta have lunch.
I gotta have lunch. Yeah. So I don't know if I told you guys this last night, but I used to eat a fair amount of chili cheese Fritos at Andrew and I's old office, and he for some reason remembered this and brought me up.
I just remember sometimes that was your lunch. You were so busy.
It was brutal, but I do love chili cheese Cheetos. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to tupping into that Michter's and Russell's too, and to that as a leavening agent for the old granddad that I've been sucking down in industrial strength quantities lately. All right, so last time was sort of our session 0, session 1. We introduced ourselves to a lot of what was going on in Gate Pass, and sort of introduced our characters and talked about a couple of things, and then sort of got right into it. You met up with a woman in the local resistance movement, a woman called Torrant, who said, "Look, you know, we've got a problem here. We've got the Sargavans are on their way, including a particularly vicious inquisitor who leads a group called the Scourge, which are a group of inquisitors and clerics, one assumes of Asmodeus, who have a particular dislike for." Hi, Oren. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Who's that?
There he is. Hi.
He's pointing at you.
Hi, buddy. I see you too.
We do that a lot, actually.
So the Scourge is made up essentially of clerics and inquisitors who have a particular dislike for arcane casters. And in the areas in Sargava where they hold sway, they have all but eliminated in large part arcane casters. Now that that Governor Coldtongue has died, the head of this group is essentially jockeying for position to become the next governor. If that happens, that's going to be pretty troublesome for magic users. This Torrant woman, whom you guess is a magic user, is saying, "Look, I need you guys," and all of you guys have sort of various kinds of connections to the local resistance and have very strong feelings about making sure that Gate Pass stays independent from both Sargavan and Mwangi influences. That you're like, okay, she's reached out to you guys and said, "Can you guys get me out?" You guys go, you have met her where she tells you these things at a place called the Poison Apple Pub, which had been shut down by order of the council, and the guy who owns it taken into custody. And you can see here the official notice: a guy named Treehand Finner, temporary custody under the protection of the city guard until such time as the Sargavan Governor General can figure out if he is aligning with himself or committing some sort of treasonous act by aligning himself with the Osaban bandits, what they call Osaban bandits and anti-Sargavan insurgents. He's basically being accused of collusion. So they've taken him into custody. There's been a lot of those kind of things happening in Gate Pass the last couple of weeks. Gate Pass politically, I mean, most of the people in Gate Pass are like yourselves, where they are very much enjoy the independence from Sargava and from Mwangi, but at the same time, you have a significant amount. Most people have sympathies one way or the other, and that includes the Sargavan count or the Gate Pass Council. They, and mostly the council has sympathies with Sargava. And several of them are Sargavans, for lack of a better term, from a racial standpoint. So there have been very sort of discrete things that are happening, and sometimes not so discrete, that are pro-Sargava, as the Sargavan forces are on the way, and apparently have arrived now that it's New Year's Day, and they're doing bombing runs across the city. You guys will remember after you were first attacked at the Poison Apple Pub, you could hear across various points of the city various kinds of explosions and the thumps of what you suspect are airborne projectiles of some sort that are bombing various points. Sort of artillery softening up of the city so that when the Sargavan army gets here, which everybody says would be in a couple of days, if not sooner, that they've already sort of softened up the defenses so that the Sargavans can just walk right in, even without their sympathizers in the city guard and the city council. So that's where we sort of start today. You guys are still at the Poison Apple Pub. You know that you have to try and get this Torrant out of the city. You've got a guy. I think Titus knows a guy in the city guard on the western end of the city that he thinks might be able to get him out. So you guys got that going for him. But Torrant says we have to go see this dude called River Eye Badgerface, who has a bunch of Sargavan military intelligence. Turns out that this River Eye guy used to work in the Sargavan, in the capital, in Elater, and he was sort of a functionary of sorts in their military oversight group. And he actually walked out of there with a ton of military intelligence that he wants to hand over to anti-Sargavan forces. The problem is he doesn't know you guys are coming. All he knows is that there's bombing runs of things have started out, and he has ensconced himself in a place called the Depository, which is essentially a well-protected bank. He's a banker. So essentially he's ensconced him there in the hopes that whatever's going on in the city right now, he's going to be able to weather it in this protected building. He was supposed to meet somebody else, a guy named Pepin Tallman, but Pepin Tallman got killed. But before he was killed, Torrant was able to get his signet ring, and she hopes that the presence of the signet ring will put River Eye at ease to the extent that he's willing to part with the military intelligence to Torrant as opposed to the guy he was supposed to be meeting. Confused? You won't be after this episode of Soap.
Thank goodness.
So there's a lot going on in there. But in the meantime, you guys are in a fight, and we start essentially in Bellis Res, as it were, in the middle of the fight. Any questions, comments, things of that nature before we jump right in?
Yeah, what's this red square right here?
So that was a grease spell that somebody dumped out there.
Okay.
I'm not sure who dumped it out there.
That was Vondrum.
I think it was Vondrum. Okay, and basically dumped the two thugs that were breaking down the door on their asses. One of whom is dead. Another one who is still alive, but prone.
Still down.
Good.
Good night. Love you.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
So that's a grease spell that put those two thugs on the ground.
Apologies for talking to you. So
Now Shige is upstairs. See you, buddy.
good night.
Hey, by the way, one more time, good fish last night. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a big one.
It was a juicy one. Loved it. I was a little jealous.
Good night, guys.
We did a little fishing, and Mike's son Cohen, who was learning how to not bait cast, but lure cast. He's been learning how to do that. Pulled what had to be a 3.5-pound largemouth bass out of there. Thing was enormous. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good sized fish.
Yep.
I think we've had one that big come out of there in a while.
That was a monster.
Yeah.
All right, so in this case, we jump right in. Arendar, you're up first. You are standing in the doorway. You can see a guy on a horse out there. He's been hit. Lorelei is out there. I'm sorry?
Yeah, my bro shot him.
Yep. And Lorelei's out there. Lorelei belongs to not Vondrum, but Polearm?
Oh,
Titus.
Oh.
no.
Polearm.
Oh.
No?
Hey,
Okay.
close this door.
So what is Lorelei doing? She's very small, correct?
Correct. Yeah, she is mesmerizing him, I think.
Okay.
But he was I know he failed to save.
So he is mesmerized, or at least starts out
Hang on.
mesmerized.
My character sheet's not done yet. Let me find it here.
Okay. I wish they had a better search function for going in the back and up into the things to sort of figure out what the heck's going on. I don't see any of them. I see. Okay, there's the niche. And then I see a lot of Chuck killing people. He's doing a pretty good job of it too, it looks like.
Where do you see all this? Is this in your rolling?
Scroll, yeah, I'm scrolling up on the chat window.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that you guys have that.
Yeah, we
might-
can scroll up and see it. And all that
Can you?
stuff that
Okay.
you see me doing is when I was setting up the character sheet
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
after the game because,
Yeah.
or at some point after, because I had it set up differently. But
Okay. So we have a guy outside who's mesmerized by Lorelei, although that will probably, mesmerization only lasts for one round, if I recall correctly.
It's
Right?
actually fascinate. It's like the bardic performance fascinate.
Okay. Gotcha.
So as long as she focuses on that, he's pretty much trapped right now.
Until he's hit by anything, right?
Yeah, there's some things. If distraction of nearby combat. Let's see. The bard must also be able to see the creature fighting. The distraction of a nearby combat or other dangers prevents the ability from working. So that might have already been. It might have only lasted a round because combat started.
Right. His friend just got cut down by Arendar,
Well, and then Wraith shot him, so.
and then Wraith shot the guy. So that would definitely end the fascinate.
I think Lorelei was after that
Actually, I think that is right.
because
90 feet, able to see in here.
Lorelei in the turn order is under me.
Oh, yeah, it's after.
So I shot him, then she mesmerized him.
Okay.
Well, it says the distraction of a nearby combat or other dangers. So he's not actually in combat, right? He's just like, well,
He
Just
just
sitting on his horse, yeah. Any potential threat, such as a hostile creature or portion, allows him a new saving throw. Any obvious threat, such as someone drawing a weapon, casting a spell, or aiming a ranged weapon at the fascinated creature, automatically breaks the effect. So he's probably fascinated at the start of the turn because, as Chuck pointed out, he would have gotten fascinated after the arrow hit because of Lorelei's placement in the order. But there's a lot of stuff going on that's probably going to end that fascination pretty quickly. But we'll start him out with fascination. All right, makes sense. Battle stations.
As far as you know.
Here we go. All right. First up is Arendar and Polearm next. Arendar, you're standing over a guy. I think you just basically aced this dude. And,
Yeah, I just killed the guy on the ground, and the other one's still on the ground. So.
and his friend is still on the ground, although he looks, well, more than a little surprised that, I mean, I think they thought that they were just going to roll in here and sort of bully boy you guys around. They certainly didn't expect lethal force in return.
That's the way we roll.
war calls for desperate measures.
Yes. So I'm going to do the same, or try to do the same thing to the other guy.
Okay.
So this is 4 higher since he's
18.
prone. So it's an 18.
Let's see. I think that will. That is going to miss. 14 will miss.
No, it's 18. He's prone.
Oh, shit. That will hit. I hate when you do that.
That was the plan.
I hate that.
Yes, that worked very well, actually.
Why would you guys do something like this? All right. So that will hit 11 points of damage on this dude. Let's go ahead and check and see how much he's got there. It's not 11. So you smash his head in, too. At that point, this guy on the horse pops out of Fascinating. He's like, what? You just killed my 2 friends. What the heck? And he's not Fascinated anymore, but he is still standing there. It's not his turn. You gonna move or anything like that? Like jump behind the bar or make a quip?
No. Well, yell back to Wraith, are you following me?
I feel a quip coming on.
Of course.
Okay. I am going to try and move through this. I know it's slippery, so I'm going to stop right there until I can make the. What's the reflex save?
It's Vondrum save. So Vondrum, what's your reef on that?
This is on the grease spell, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Do you?
16 or 17. I think
If it's a first level spell, it should just be
it's on your spell sheet.
11 plus your
Yeah,
stat.
it's going to be 15.
15. All right, let's see your
Sorry, took me a
dex.
second.
Let's see your dex save.
Yes.
Joby. 15?
Exactly 15.
Ooh, that's lucky. All right, so
So it's difficult terrain. So that's 10 feet. That's
Mhm.
20 feet. And 25.
Can't I dispel the grease spell too?
yeah, but you don't know that he's just walked across it. You're in the other room.
I just was curious though. I can dispel it.
Sure, you can dispel it. You just don't know that you should dispel it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay, so you're just running up to this guy.
That's as far as I can get.
Okay. Well, he's got a weapon out, so he may.
He's still up on a horse, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Want to make sure I'm not blocking anybody.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Polearm, you are up. So what do you do? So you're sort of back by that that window. That it's boarded up, but you can peer through the cracks and you can see out there that Arendar just like charged a dude on a horse.
And I was guarding the other door on the other side, thinking somebody was coming through there, but that hasn't happened yet. Wraith, where did everybody else go? Where's Ono and?
Yeah, as a free action, I'm going to point up the stairs and say, Ono went up there and hasn't come back down.
Okay, so I'm going to move 10, 20, 30, 40. Can I see him from there?
No, you cannot.
Okay. Ono, are you okay?
No.
No, I am not.
Squirt,
Back a little busy.
squirt, bleed, squirt. No, not really.
Not
All
really.
Let me, does it look like, from the sound of his voice, does it sound like he's within 30 feet less? Yeah, that's pretty far distance.
Give me a perception check. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, a lot of things going on.
I mean, the stairs is only a floor up, right?
Right.
So in theory, it should be 10 feet up and 10 feet
Yeah.
up. Perception. I gotta figure out what the hell that is.
You should be able to punch it on your character sheet. There you go. 16. Yeah, you think he's pretty close to the top of the stairs. You just can't see him. He's not at the top of the stairs.
But I can burst and it'll go up the stairs, right? You don't have to see somebody to
Like
burst.
healing? Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, it's essentially like an expanding sphere. Most of the time, though, people are standing on the ground and it just, it just looks like a plane.
Heals any living creature, so. Enemies, friends, whatever.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, my character sheet does not have. It's just a D6 first level, right?
Yeah, at first level is just D6.
D6, okay. And nobody else is hurt, I don't think. Maybe the bad guys are, but I can't do anything about that right now. So 2 points back.
2 points back.
Hey, thank you. That helped.
Oh no, you feel some hit points flow back in there.
Get down here.
Now get the hell down there. All right, so that's polearm. So it's Ono's turn. You feel healing power from polearm come flowing up the stairwell and into your body. You also see that it looks like it flows into one of the guys that you're fighting's body, but can't be helped. It's your turn. You're muted. You're muted, Eric. I see him in there talking away. Still muted.
Okay.
There you are.
Something happened. I just opened my character Ono in the roll 20 sheet, and the character information is all gone.
Oh, goodness gracious, it is.
Hey, Eric, did you get my email about if you want me to add buttons and macros and stuff for you?
Mike, I would be so grateful. Maybe that's something we can talk about at some point.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
there's nothing in there.
Something weird happened to me in roll 20. My character is all set back to 00000. He's
Yep.
a neutral, no class, no race, no nothing character with just a name. And
well, that's just Les's way of saying he didn't like your character concept, so he just got reset.
so,
It's ransomware. If you pay less $25, you get your info back.
I mean,
I knew I was going to be able to make this DMing pay off for me eventually.
I mean, I can easily and quickly enter all that back in after my baby goes to sleep.
Okay.
Which might
For
be
now, just tell me what
No,
you're
just do manual roll.
Just do use the dice roller. And
Anyway, if it's my turn, can
It
I
is.
just try to disengage, flee back down these stairs? I don't want to fight these guys.
So you
Yeah.
probably do something like a full
A
withdrawal.
full withdrawal is a double move action, and they don't get in unless you. Yeah, they don't get an attack of opportunity as you run away. So.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna dash back down these stairs as fast as I can.
Okay. Go ahead. Here, I'll so you go back down the stairs.
Yes, please.
Pole arm, you see him coming down the stairs at full speed. He's like, you know, kind of hauling us. So from there, that's about 15 feet. I've got you moved so far where I've got you now. If you want to move him the rest of the way and just show me, because you'll be able to get past pole arm, get well past pole arm if you want.
Can I just get near the rest of my group and reconnoiter, catch my breath, and look about me sheepishly.
Okay, I'm gonna put you behind the bar. That's the best place to look sheepish.
Thank you. Great. Great.
And,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're sort of looking out the door, and you get down there just as you see Arendar kind of like run out through the. And he's like, whoa, whoa, and as he kind of runs out there, and then he's out in the street.
Okay, and thanks for the healing burst. Now, there are two guys upstairs with hand axes, and they're in a bad mood.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right, Titus, you're up. What are you doing? Now, you are in the back room with Vondram. Vondram is looking at the door there. She hasn't opened it yet, but she's kind of sizing it up. You're in the back room. You see Ono come screaming down the stairs. He says, "There's a couple dudes with hand axes upstairs. They look pissed."
Oh boy. Vondram, any word on that door?
Nothing. I've got nothing. I haven't. I rolled a perception check earlier.
Yeah, you didn't hear anything back there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try a perception check with the door before I try to open it.
Okay, so you're gonna go over there and try and help Vondram out?
Well, yeah, you know, he looks like a friend in need, so.
Okay.
Let me dial up perception.
I can't remember whether we tried to open it, if it was locked or not. I don't remember.
It is locked.
Okay.
I don't think you tried to open it. I think you just like listened and checked.
Yeah.
24.
So that is a perception?
Yep.
All right, so you're listening to that thing. You don't hear anything in there either.
All right, let's open the door. Let's find out.
All right, can you pick locks? I forget what your class is.
I'm a sorcerer.
Sorcerer. All right.
I can charm it open.
Or if you still in line, apologies.
Not generally a lot picking class.
Yeah, really, the two worst people to pick a locker in this room.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
It's locked.
Well, I'd like to use diplomacy and charm it open.
Okay.
I'm going to talk the lock into open.
It unreasonably but steadfastly refuses to open, despite your very reasonable, to everybody's point of view, argument too.
Well, when diplomacy fails, bring out the bourbon.
All right. You're gonna light it on fire?
Right.
Splash liquor on it. And
I'm trying to get a sense of where the stairs are and generally.
All right. So you see where Polearm is?
Okay, yes, in the shadows.
So Polearm is right at the bottom of the stairs. Now Ono has just come screaming down those stairs, and you've seen him sort of Ono pass in front of the door where you're standing. So you're standing sort of in the middle between the bar room and the kitchen. This is where you're in right now. And Ono has just kind of run past you, and now he's behind the bar. And he said something like, there's a couple of dudes upstairs. They've got axes. They're pissed off. They're coming this way. In the meantime, Wraith has got his bow in his hand, and he's been shooting arrows out the door at targets that you can't see. Arendar, who you, or at least who you think is Arendar. I mean, these guys look really close to alike. You're not entirely sure who's who in all the excitement. Has run out, and you saw him sort of like Vondrum had cast Grease over there, and you saw him sort of like balance himself, and he's run out. You don't know what's outside yet. I don't think.
I have no idea what's outside.
Yeah, and then Vondrum came back here in the kitchen, and you followed him, and you guys were testing that door, maybe looking for a place to hide or a place that you could defend from these thugs.
So the thugs are upstairs or outside?
Both, at least from what your point of view.
I see. Okay. I'm going to cast Ghost Sound upstairs.
Okay.
And I'm going to make them feel or hear the command, halt and wait for my order.
Okay, so you're going to plant that at the top of the stairs and just say, halt and wait for my order? Okay.
In their parlance.
Is there a DC associated with your with that spell, or in general, what's your spell DC?
I do not see a DC. Oh, DC 14.
14. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make a few will saves to see if they can deal. All right, so just get pretty good will saves. All right, first one. Okay. All right, cool. So, yeah, you don't know what's going up there, but you cast the spell and it's like, halt and wait for my order.
Exactly.
You're not sure what happens. Now, you can still, you moved over by the door, so move your guy over by next to Vondrum because you're helping. You also listened through the door real quick, too.
Oh, okay.
So just move your guy over there when you get a chance.
All right.
All right. It's Thug Life turn. So let's do that. Wraith, you and Ono and Polearm hear Torrant say, there's somebody in the alley. And you see, and about the time that happens, you see a guy walk in, and he's got a big dog on a chain. Whoops, on a chain. I don't know what the heck that is. He's got a big dog on a chain, and he stands in the thing. And he's like, "Sick 'em, boy!" And he releases the chain, and the dog begins running. It looks like he's running towards you, Wraith. I got anybody else? No. Okay, all right. So Wraith, it's your turn. That dog just got loosed, and it's headed your way when it hits the initiative.
Okay. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step here.
Okay.
And shoot the dog.
All right. Taking a page from the cop handbook.
So that's going to be 16.
15. 16 to hit.
Is within 30 feet, so it's.
Oh, right. All right, hold on a sec. Completely unprepared.
So
that's me.
She's got a weapon out, right?
All right, so who? I'm sorry.
She's
Torrant?
got a weapon out, right?
She does, but she's sort of backed up against the wall, and she's just sort of like, kind of doing this. She's put her back up against that sort of the piled up tables and the barroom wall, and she's sort of like, she's not moving towards these guys, but she's got a weapon out, and but it's like a long dagger. It's not. I mean, it's not like you didn't get a vibe from her like that. She's some sort of like combat specialist. You think you suspect that she's a magic user, but she hasn't casted any spells yet either. Okay. But yeah, she's got a long dagger out that she's got, and she's backed up against the wall to sort of keep anybody from getting behind her. All right, 16 will hit. 1 point of damage. How much?
2 points.
2 points. Okay. Nice too. As the arrow nicks the mastiff, and you hear it lets out a yelp, but continues to charge you. Lorelei. Now, Arendar has run up. I think Lorelei would know that she cannot probably fascinate the guy on the horse again, not with Arendar right there.
Right, she just moved around. She's going to basically try to distract him to flank, so Arendar gets +2.
Gotcha. All right, so if I recall correctly, Lorelei is about dinner plate sized, right?
She's about 6 inches. Yeah.
6 inches, so she's pretty small. So she's like flying around his head and stuff like that to try and.
Yeah, her reach is 0, so she's got to get in pretty close. But
she's got to get right up on.
AC, so.
Okay.
I'll get have a fly swatter.
Well, what he's got on his hand is a greatsword. So, at least I think it. Yeah, let me double check and make sure. Yeah, he's got a greatsword in his hand. So, okay. So she's flying around. She will be distracting enough to give Arendar a flanking bonus. So that's good. It's Cathor's turn now. Cathor is the guy on the horse, and you hear him. So Arendar, you got a bird's eye view of this. He's got this great sword in his hand, both hands. He's holding onto this horse with his knees. Very well trained horse, and you hear him say, "I mean,
the power of Grayskull."
Yeah, essentially. I mean, he's like, Lord of the Hells, ensure that my strike goes true. And he brings that down on you. And that's trouble. Hold on. Do I? Let's see. Yeah, I do. Let's see if it even works. Hold on, I'm checking something real quick.
How dare you?
Nope. Nope, I think. All right, so he brings that greatsword down on you and rolls a 14. Does that hit?
Does not.
Does not hit, but man, you get the feeling that this guy knows how to fight because you just barely got out of the way of that thing. What's your AC, by the way? Or wait, I can look. Yeah, 22. Maybe he doesn't know how to fight. You're not sure. Nobody knows really. All right, so he does that, and you see him say something to his horse, and the horse begins to sort of like not move, but you think that the horse might be moving next turn. All right, Torrant's turn. She gets back, and she's moving sort of closer to the thing. She's sort of sidling around. It looks like she might be trying to get sort of a flank attack of some sort onto the thug, but she's moving really, really slowly. She gets over into here, and he's going to roll a quick perception. But he's looking at the dog. So that's all that she does. She does not attack. Vondrum, you are up.
Okay.
This door is bedeviling you. It's bedeviling you.
I'm sensing there's a lot going on out in the other room, so I don't know that I really want to open the door at the moment.
Okay.
If I move here, I can see out the door to polearm. If I take a 5-foot step.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see polearm.
I ask him.
But only polearm.
Yeah, and I ask him what's going on.
You guys need to get out here and support. There's pretty tough characters out here. We're fighting.
Where specifically? Because I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get you to tell me about the bad guys upstairs.
Well, I mean, the bad guys are still upstairs, so they haven't done anything yet. But there's somebody just came through the door where I was at in the corner over point. I don't know how to do that on this thing, but.
As long as you tell me you point.
You just click and hold down your thing, and it'll make that little circle.
Is a perception a free action?
Usually.
Yeah, I would say yes.
I'm just trying to listen to hear if there's any activity coming down the stairs.
You do not hear anybody coming down the stairs. You do hear people talking upstairs.
Ono said there was 2 people up there, and there's a warrior on a horse that the twins are fighting, and then there's a dog and another fighter out here in this room.
Okay, so I guess well, was I able to see him without taking a step where I was?
Put yourself back. Let me see.
I mean, it's a free action to talk. You can just do that and keep moving. It's not like you had to stop.
Yeah, you don't have to walk.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think you would have seen him.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking those questions, and then I will come through the door right here next to Ono, ask him if he had a good time up there and wink at him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Grease again right here.
Okay. Now, do you have to cancel the other grease to get a new grease?
Can I move my first
No.
Grease?
No, you don't have to cancel. And,
Yeah, it's a different spell.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking it was
No, it's not like Summon Monster is one of the few that.
You don't have to concentrate on it, so it's not.
Yeah.
So like that?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. I got a couple more thugs. Got to make some deck saves. Hate that. All right. First of all, let me do the dog reflex save. So dog has pretty good reflexes. So let's see if he makes it. And you say it was 15?
10 foot, isn't it?
No,
Oh,
I mean
15.
the
Yeah, 15. Yeah, the reflex.
Ooh, dog goes down. And then the guy goes down. So now these guys are both down as well.
And by the way, my dog on a tile floor suggests that the very dexterous thing is not true.
All right, this guy's Puggle is down on the floor as a Puggle Mastiff. All right, they both fall. And they're like, wow! They both end up on the ground. Torrant is going to see this as an opportunity. Her eyes are wide, and I think that she's going to make a move on that thug next time. Polearm, give me a perception.
Okay.
25. Okay, yeah, you hear these guys up on the top. So you heard Titus's spell. He said, halt, stand still until I call for you, or something like that. And then you hear what sounds like, almost immediately you hear what sounds like an argument. And one of the guys is saying stuff like, that wasn't even the boss's voice. What are you doing? He's like, no, we're not supposed to go down. And then you know, he's like, what are you, an idiot? They're probably tricking us. We should, that kind of stuff. So, but there's like some sort of argument going on. But it sounds pretty close to the top of the stairs.
Okay.
At least, but for your mind, at least one of them was taken in by Titus's spell.
Okay, good.
Les, what's the floor made of?
Lava.
Lava? Hot lava or cold lava?
No, it's kind of like
No,
me.
it's flagstones.
Lava soap.
It's stone floor.
Is there a railing on the stairs that come down? Like, can you see as people come down, or do you not see until they exit at the bottom?
That's a great question. Tell you what, I'm gonna. I think there is a railing. You probably would not see them till they pop out, unless you were like where Polearm is at, or something like that. Well, actually, you know what? Like, I can tell for sure. Yes. So I'm looking at the dynamic lighting. It is dynamically lit all the way down. So yes, you would not be able to see them until they pop out at the square next to Polearm.
Okay.
If you weren't in position. Now, if you're in a position to see them, like Polearm, will see them coming down. All right. So you hear that, and they're like, get your ass down those stairs. And you begin to, the guy's like, but what about the boss? He's like, I'll talk to the boss, you idiot. And then you hear a couple of guys. Polearm, you see a guy appear at the top of the stairs, and then another one. And they begin moving forward. And it's like, there's one of them right there. See, you dumbass. It wasn't the boss. And they come down to here and to here.
That's,
and
I have a reach weapon less, so if they're going to come in the stairs, I'm going to take that attack.
Well, they're definitely coming down the stairs. So yeah, you get an attack of opportunity. Now you would only get the one, but who are you going to do? The front runner?
Yep.
Okay, I'm assuming you're going to hit him about there or about. Hold on, whoops.
It's 10-foot reach, so as soon as he comes to
so
there.
Like there.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Not sure why that's 0, but.
Boom, miss.
Okay.
He dodges out of the way and then scrambles down to get close to you. The other one right behind him, and they both strike at you with their hand axes. So let me make sure I got this right. Hand axe. Okay. All right, cool. So they are just chopping at you with these axes. The first one, the closest one, ooh, 21. The second one, the guy who's still a little bit on the stairs, 17. Any hits there?
Those are both hits.
Both hits. All right, I'm going to do damage at the same time. Each does 1d6 of damage. So you're going to get 2d6 damage. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Polearm is getting clobbered over there. All right. Let me do one more thing. Okay. All right. The Mastiff, so Grease, I can never remember this. Grease, when you're down and you try to get up, you have to make
save again.
You have to save again to try and get up. Okay. So he's gonna try to do that.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I've fallen and I can't get up. All right, so he's gonna the Mastiff is gonna try and get back up on his feet and fails, so he is prone. That is the end of his turn. About that time, Arendar, you're outside. Give me a perception check. $22. All right, so you're trying to get together with this guy. You're trying to sort of, engage this guy. You see Lorelei flying around the creature. All that kind of stuff. Hold on a second. What you also see is you kind of look up and you see what look to be large flying creatures. You're not sure if they're dragons. In fact, you don't think so. But they're large and they're flying, and one flies overhead pretty close. And you hear, you can hear it kind of flying over, and then you can see a guy sort of drop off something as it flies over, and it lands right on top of the Poison Apple Pub and explodes. So you're looking up and you see the second floor roof just explode with fire. And now the Poison Apple Pub is on fire at the top. And so whatever it was, it looks like it was some sort of naphtha or flaming oil or some sort of thing like that, because you can see drops of it are falling down the edge of the roof, and it's igniting the wood. It's a wooden structure, roof structure, so it's starting to ignite the wood, and drops of this liquid, whatever it was that they dropped on there was some sort of flaming liquid, are starting to fall off into the street and around the edges of the place.
Okay, free action, I turn, because I've still got eye contact with Wraith.
Okay.
Turn to Wraith and yell, "The roof's on fire. You guys need to get out of there."
And of course,
Wraith,
Wraith responds,
we gotta raise the roof.
"We don't need no water. Let the mother effer burn. Burn, mother effer burn." I know this song.
I know this song.
Wraith begins to dance suggestively.
All right. Since I don't know everything that's going on in there, other than the roof's on fire.
And those of you inside would have heard the thump of this projectile. I mean, you're hearing sort of those kind of things all over the place, but this one was really close. It was like ba-boom, kind of thing.
So Les, what kind of attack roll do I make if I want to just slice at that strap that's holding the saddle on?
So you want to attack his saddle. Okay.
Just the strap that's holding it on.
So yeah, I mean, basically it's the same sort of attack roll that you would make against technically, I think it would be an attack roll against the horse, though you can designate it and say, look, I'm not going to try and hit the horse. I'm trying to hit the saddle, and I'm trying specifically to hit this strap. Do you have any handle animal skill or anything like that?
I do not.
Okay.
If the downside is he freaks out the horse who throws the rider, that's same accomplishment.
Yeah, if I slice across the side, I'm hoping to do a minor injury to the horse, enough to spook it. But the main thing is I want to get that strap gone, so if there's any kind of jostle, that whole thing's just going to come down.
Well, so the reason I'm asking about the handle, oh, sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
So he could take the horse and run away.
So Arendar could? Yeah.
Yeah, so Arendar would leap on the horse and
in
run
his
away.
last cowardly action. Well,
No.
so that's why I asked about the handle.
On the ground.
That's why I asked about handle animal, because without a lot of knowledge, I mean, if I saw a guy on a horse and thought about trying to cut it, I don't know that it's a single strap, is it? I mean, I don't know that I know enough about horses and riding that I would know which strap to cut.
Well, you can't really have too many straps. I see
There's
one.
typically one.
Is it just one? Okay, and it's pretty. Is it pretty?
It's one strap. Yeah.
Is it pretty visible?
Yeah.
Okay. And it would
And I don't know much about horses.
Do you feel like this would be something that you could strike against to try and, to try and sever?
You could, but it's really hard, thick leather. So, I mean, it's going to have a pretty good hardness.
Okay.
Well, it's leather.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on the sword. I mean,
The hardness of leather, it can't be.
Well, there's different kinds of leather, right? I mean, if what Gordon's describing is something, thick leather strap that's probably hardened, as opposed to, a thin but extraordinarily tight pair of leather trousers.
Well, I'm using a falcata, which is a heavy-ended blade that just pierces leather armor, which is meant to protect you from these things.
Right. Yeah. So I think you could. I certainly think that you could hit it, and you might be able to sever it. It's just it's not just going to slash right open. It will have DC, DR, and it will have hit points. So I just have to find out how much hit points the saddle has.
I'm looking. I haven't found it yet.
So, all right. So if you want to try that while we're doing that.
So just a regular attack roll?
Yep. Would you roll?
13.
13, is that actual 13 or?
Yes, that's an actual 13.
All right, so the horse skitters away. You do miss and do not hit the saddle or the horse as it manages. It sort of just sidesteps you, and you were sort of trying to plant it, and you just sort of missed.
If you want to go technical, I'm flanking with Lorelei. Does a 15?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
not with the horse.
Guess what the horse's armor class is? You big douche. It's 15. So yeah, that turned into a hit. I'm sad to say. All right, so let's see. I think
Thank you, Gordo.
I hate both of you guys.
Yeah, the horse is busy giving side eye to Lorelei.
Leather or hide. Okay. All right. So 10 points of damage.
That's enough to kill a person outright. I think it should be enough to.
Well, so you got to cut through the thing. So yeah, it's so I'm going to say that it does damage to the horse as well. So 10 points of damage against the strap. You put a big gash in it, but it does not sever. The horse, however, is bleeding.
I can't find any kind of leather hardness anywhere.
I found it. It's hardness. Leather or hide is hardness to 5 hit points per inch of thickness.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an inch thick.
No, normally like half.
But it has DR.
It has DR2.
Yep.
So it only 8 points only went into it, and
it's 2 inches thick.
No, it's not.
It's 12 inches thick.
It's 12 inches. This is a monster strap on this thing.
In that case, the horse has already died from having its rib cage crushed.
Well, the horse has taken some pretty significant damage. So, yeah, the horse has taken that 10 points. Hold on, I missed that. Whoops.
Well, if the strap takes it, the horse wouldn't take it, right? I mean, it's going to be one or the other.
Well, it serves like our armor, yeah. So it's gonna protect him a little bit, but yes. So the strap does sadly sever, and the saddle is unhooked. Now they're not moving, so it's not just gonna fly off, but it's gonna be a problem if he decides to start moving.
Well, I'm hoping the gash in the horse is enough to spook it.
I don't know. See, this is a war horse, so it's not. Yeah, it's upset certainly, but it has been trained to act, and I don't think it's going to spook. I guess I could take a what would be a will save, maybe DC 10 will save.
Will makes sense.
You could have the rider do a reflex save to see if he can stay on the saddle when it's shifting.
Let's do the will save to see if the horse does something untenable. Oh, nat 20. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, the horse is fine.
He just looks at you and says, "Where's my fucking apple?" All right, so he's there. They aren't moving yet, though. So, but it looked like he was getting ready to like clear out of there. But we'll see. Okay. All right.
Well, as far as he knows, I just attack the horse then.
Yeah, as far as he knows, you're trying to cut his horse out from under him, which would be a valid military endeavor. Turn cavalry into infantry. All right, polearm. You are up. These guys are surrounding you. They just clocked you with hand axes.
Yeah. Is there anybody in this room now anymore, or is it the?
Titus is in there. Yeah. I don't know if you could see. I think you could see him. Yeah, you could probably see Titus in there.
I'm going to have to withdraw. I can't take another hit like that. So I guess I'll do a.
Titus is in that room.
I'll do a move action.
All right, so you're going to withdraw as well?
Yeah, I can move to there and keep my fear up. If you do a controlled withdraw, can you still do the standard action, or is that considered a standard action too?
Well, the way we do attacks of opportunity, if you just do one action and you move straight away, there's no attack of opportunity anyway.
Yeah,
correct.
So you wouldn't have to use the full withdrawal thing. You could
you could just use
move
your
and take an action
straight away, and then you've got one more action left.
Okay, well, I'm going to move to there then, Les, with my pole arm is going to be braced in that opening, and then I'm going to do a burst again for D6.
Okay.
So
4
to me and 4 to Ono, and I think that's it.
What's the range on that?
It's 30, so the other guy's going to get it too.
30. So I'm going to go ahead and just so you can see it, I'll just put it on there so that you can see it, but nobody else. I'm going to give you a 30-foot. It's 30-foot diameter or 30-foot radius?
Radius, isn't it?
Radius.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
okay.
a 30-foot radius.
All right. You should be able to see that yellow circle. Not everybody else can. That's your radius.
I can see it.
Well, that's
I think
you're shared with me.
Oh, okay. If you were to go 5 foot further into the room, you wouldn't hear the dog.
Oh, the dog's gonna get them too. Yeah.
No, because he just hadn't moved his character 5 foot further into
Yeah,
the
I
room.
actually need to do that anyway, because with the reach weapon to protect that doorway, I got to get back 10 feet.
Okay.
5 foot north. 5 foot north. North. Go north.
Yeah, wait a second. You can't.
I can't. I don't
do that.
I'm not going to miss that dog. He's going to get healed.
You couldn't miss the dog. You had 30 feet to run. I'm just saying.
I don't know if you even saw the dog. All right, so that's it for polearm. Ono. And I'm just going to change your name in here to Ono because.
Oh no, there goes Tokyo.
Did you put your 4 points on, Ono? Ono, did you put your 4 points on?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you get plus 4 points if you need them.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Great. Okay. Plus 4 points. I'm back to my full 10 points. All right.
So
Thank you.
bad guys. That's good.
All right.
I think honestly, except for those people who are dead, everybody is now at full health. Bad guys and good guys.
Polearm, are you back up?
Oh yeah, did you assign did you take that 4? Did you give yourself the 4? That was the reason you were doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
I guess you're not all the way back up. I thought you were. Okay, that's cool.
Ho and Ono.
Okay.
Oh no.
Change it back?
Can I glance at the bar?
Sure.
Is there anything at the bar? Are there any full heavy glass bottles or jugs of liquor?
No, it's the bar. The bar top is cleared off. Remember, this bar has been closed down for a couple of days, so there's nothing on the thing. But there are glasses and bottles and whatnot underneath the bar on the shelves. You know how bars are. You've been behind a bar. You have
Yes.
shelves underneath. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
All right, cool. I don't really want to go hand to hand, toe to toe with the hand-axe guys again, because I'll be right back where I was. What I want to do is,
Hey, Eric?
Yeah.
If I may,
please.
you're a melee guy.
Okay.
If you do a fighting defensively, it takes 4 away from your attack, but adds 2 to your AC, makes you harder to hit.
I did not know that.
So, and also, yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's just go with that for right now.
Thank you. Okay.
That's something you can do that would allow you to put a barrier up to allow the mages and the archers to kind of kill things while you and I just kind of keep things at bay.
You know what? That is a great idea, and you know, I didn't even know that. Oh no, the monk could do that. So yeah, sure. Should I go toward the west and?
I would do the stairs.
Stairs.
Because right now we've got 3 fronts right now.
Yeah.
So we can only cover 2 of them, but right now 2 of them are down in grease.
Okay.
So we'll deal with them once they stand up.
All right. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing my mouse with my left hand.
I do that every day. What's the problem?
I know, right? So can I move here and fight? Come here.
I will,
Absolutely.
If you get right, if you get right there,
yeah,
there's only 1 guy that can attack you around.
All
and
right,
so even though there's 3 guys,
no, the guy on the stairs can hit crossways.
There's a wall there.
there's a wall
You
there.
can't.
Oh,
We
so you can go
established-
around that wall. You guys
The
do it all the
stairs-
time.
Well, it'll give you extra cover if he has to.
It will give you cover.
Right there.
So if you stand right there,
yeah,
that guy will attack you normal. This guy will get a -2 or -4, whatever Les says.
Well, if
So
he
if you're doing
stands
that-
here where he is, only the one guy can attack him.
But then they can all.
Yeah, but the guy
Then we
can
can have
power
3 more
through.
combatants down here in no time. If he stands right there, he basically, you neutralize 1 that cannot attack at all, 1 that takes a penalty to attack, and only 1 can attack you with his full attack.
I agree. Makes sense.
Okay. So here, hold on. All right. Come here. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Okay. Right there.
We're gonna make you ambidextrous yet.
All right. I'm a run up there. I'm a attack defensively, or do the defensive posture and smack that guy.
You get 1 attack.
Yes, sir. So I am
It's a
minus
-4.
Hang on a minute. Let me get my roll 20 going here. All right. Sorry, friends. I'm doing this. And
That's okay.
I gotta go back to my written character sheet because my God. Hang on a minute. I get sorry. I'm not even sure what to.
What are you using?
I've still got the sheet
He's a
that I
monk,
sent you.
so
You know what? Well,
You want me to just-
I sent to Les the final sheet.
Okay, then he's
And
got it too.
I'm gonna hit him with my fist, not my comma, but my fist. So it's gonna
all right.
be
Yeah, attack. +2,
+2. Great, thank you.
and it's D6 +2 for damage. And I'll email this to you.
Thanks a lot.
Even +2, that's gonna be a miss.
But that's okay. Your main focus here is to keep the guys up there so we
Yeah.
can kill them 1 at a time.
Cool. Okay, good. All right, so that's my turn.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send you back a copy of your guy.
Thank you.
You bet. There you go. It is on the way.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. So Titus, you're up now. Polearm's in the room, and he's sort of blocking that door. He's got. Remind me, what is your reach weapon? What are you using? Not a spear, but it's like a.
It's like it's a big spear. It's called a giant killer, but it's basically a big spear with a huge tip on it.
Okay. And Titus, you see that polearm is sort of like, keeping that tip of that spear out the door to keep people. It looks like he's trying to keep people from coming in, especially Vondram when he doesn't want to come in.
Yeah. So I am going to cast sleep.
Okay.
And get those people trying to come down the steps.
Okay, let me check that spell. Sleep causes the magical slumber to come upon 4 hit dice worth of creatures. Creatures with fewest hit dice are first. Sleeping creatures are helpless. 1 or more creatures. So you can actually, it's a 10-foot burst. So you get to choose where you want to bomb those guys. Hold on, let me see if I got anything here. All right, the color of sleep is traditionally blue, if I recall. So,
sorry to break in, but can I lobby to have the sleep spell extend here?
I think
For
right
about, you can try.
There would be perfect.
Actually, you designate the targets, so you could basically attack all of them on the stairwell.
That's what I'm saying. Is I want to get the people on the stairway.
You want to get these guys
that?
Okay.
I mean, unless my guys are tired and they need a break,
and they really need a rest.
They do seem a little tired. It's okay. But there. So can you see that blue area?
Parts of it.
Okay. So you see where I'm tanking it?
Parts of the map are blocked out, but yeah.
Okay. All right. And all right. So basically it just gets those 2 guys, but it avoids Ono. So I've got, let's see, what is it? The forehead saving throw will negates. All right. So they got to make a save. What is your DC?
15.
15, and my will save is +2. This is not a pushover. So let's see what happens. Front guy. Ooh. Rear guy. Yeah. So this guy falls asleep. And you see him sort of like, let me put this towards the back. Hold on. And you see him sort of like, and no, you're just kind of like, this is the guy you just started attacking. You see his eyes just sort of flicker, and he slumps backward against the wall. And basically you hear him start snoring. And you're thinking, my fighting style is so boring that it puts enemies to sleep.
I'm guessing sleepy guy is blocking the staircase, though.
Well, he's certainly difficult terrain at this point for anybody who wants to go up and down the staircase. The other guy, you can see him sort of like, he's wiping his eyes, like, what the hell? But he's still awake. All right. So Titus, so sleep spell from Titus. You gonna move at all, or?
I don't really see anywhere good to move to.
Gotcha. And to go through that door, you'd have to go past polearm, which he's sort of defending against there. So.
Right, which is I'm good at hiding behind others.
Perfect. Okay, so that's it for Titus. It's the thug's turn. Arendar, give me a perception. Thug number 1, next to the dog. He is going to try and get up off of the ground. So here's his dex. Ooh, he's up. So he gets back up onto his feet. He's slipping, he's sliding, he's covered with some grease. I'm assuming it's sort of like chicken grease. And he comes over, he gets out the fastest way he knows how to, and he grabs onto his dog and drags him out by his rear legs. So the dog is over here. It's still prone, but the dog is dragged out. Another guy suddenly appears. Now I'm going to give him a quick perception. He does not see the grease, and the other thug goes, no, as he runs in and hits that grease and rolls a 8 as his DC and goes sliding across face first over to the edge here. On his face, he just goes flat, like Keystone Cops, Abbott and Costello, Three Stooges, right on his face. Arendar, your perception check was excellent and thus sufficient to see this guy coming around the corner of the thing. You suspect that he was back door, kind of like keeping an eye out down the alley, and he comes running over to you. He's going to move twice to get to here, and you hear the guy on the horse say, get him off me.
Les, they all look the same.
Yeah, well, I'm doing the best I can. They're clones.
I thought we were special at twins. They're like quadruplets or something.
They're cut and paste clones.
Yeah. All right, Wraith, you're up.
As a free action, I'm going to ask Vondran if he can remove the grease at the front door. This one.
Sure. Is that a free action or is that a move?
I think it's a free action, but I think you have to be on your turn.
Well, then that's not a free action.
Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe it's
All
a
right.
I think it's a free action to be able to remove your own spell.
Hold on a second. Let's see.
But...
Let's check. There's a rule for everything.
Of course.
Let me see.
Remove curse, remove fear. Jeez.
Okay. Let's not cancel. End of spell.
End spell? Is that what it is?
All right. So concentration spell lasts as long as you concentrate on it, blah blah blah. See concentration. All right.
If the spell has no verbal, oh, you can do it with a gesture, but it doesn't say. Huh. You can end a spell early if it's marked as dismissible.
All right.
If the duration line
dismissible.
I sure feel like we've done it. Is it?
Yeah,
is it
it's dismissible. Yeah, you can do that.
it has to have,
Is that with the D next to duration?
it's got a D. It does. It has a D.
Ah, it has the D.
It has the D.
All right.
You
So it is
must be
dismissible.
within range of the spell's effect. Must speak the words of dismissal. Blah, blah,
All right.
blah.
Well, you know what? I don't see anything that defies what Chuck
And
said.
dismissing it does not take an action, since all you have to do to end the spell is stop concentrating on your turn.
There you go. All right. Well, that's good enough for me. So yes, free action. We'll make that canon.
Now, I got this from some blog, the role-playing games blog of Pathfinder. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to make it canon or not, but
let's make it canon. I like making rules.
all right.
I like making rules.
I
Okay.
like awesome people around. All right. So yeah, free action dismissible. You a Wraith goes kill the grease, and you're just like, and it goes.
Sir. Gone.
All right.
What grease? What grease?
What grease?
What
Now
grease?
there's just a couple of greasy dead thugs in the middle of the hallway.
I'm going to move to here.
All right, you got the spaces. Remember, you have to climb over the greasy dead thugs. That's okay.
The whole thing was less than 25.
Okay, cool.
But it puts me within 30 feet of this Yahoo, so I'm going to shoot him.
Ooh, okay. 21 to hit. That's a hit.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. So yeah, that arrow takes him right in the face, and he goes down. I mean, it literally goes through, pierces his skull all the way back out, and he dies with an incredibly surprised look on his face.
Nice job.
One shot, one kill. That's
At
the
least
rate.
go through the pleasure
Actually,
center of
look
his
up the guy
brain.
and say, he's not going to pull him off me.
Truly.
He's on the ground, twitching and a flopping. Lorelei.
He's going to keep distracting.
All right, keep flying around, that kind of stuff. All right, so it's Cathor's turn. So I think we decided that he knows his horse is wounded, but he doesn't know the strap is cut. He just saw Wraith ace the guy that he wanted to get you off of him. So he's like, this has gone terribly.
Screw this, I'm going home.
Yeah, I think that's what he would do. He would probably say, screw this, I'm going home. So
He does the Cartman. Screw you guys. I'm going
home. So I am not a horse guy. So I don't know what happens if your saddle is unattached to the horse and you ride.
It falls off.
It falls off.
And so do you.
And
Does
so
it fall
do you.
off?
I mean, I think there's maybe a 10 or 20% chance that a
No.
good rider could hang on.
There's no
I
chance.
weigh in as
There's
someone
no
who's
chance the
got
saddle
horseback
is down
riding.
if you're moving on a horse.
The saddle
Well, Gordon's been on a horse a bunch, so.
All right, Gordon, you're our expert.
That ain't gonna happen. He's gonna fall off.
He's gonna fall off.
I mean,
All right.
He could jump onto his neck, maybe onto the horse's neck, but it would.
But if he's got his feet in the stirrups and that kind of stuff,
He's got a
he's
great sword.
attached to the horse. I mean,
Yeah.
he's attached to. So the way I'm thinking it is, the guy is attached to the saddle, not the horse. The
Exactly.
saddle is attached to the horse, and
Yeah.
now
No.
it's not attached to the horse. So effectively, the guy and the horse are sort of doing
Separate.
different things.
Yeah.
Does that
You've
make
ever
sense from a
seen-
horse standpoint?
Have you, Les, have you ever seen them do saddles that you actually have to cinch a saddle and then wait for the horse to expel its breath, because they purposely hold their breath because they're uncomfortable. So you have to
You
wait
tickle them.
and
Really?
cinch them
You
tighter
tickle
and
them when you
tighter
cinch
so that they
them.
don't. And if you don't get them tight enough, that saddle just slides right over. I mean, you're on the ground immediately. So
And
No
you
kidding.
end up looking at the underside of a horse.
but if you're
That's-
lucky.
That's
Like,
probably
I'm
not
not
great.
in Mexico. Get me out of here.
All right, so okay, so he is looking to get out. So he's going to spur the horse. He's still sitting there because you just cut the strap like mere seconds ago. So it has
And both of his hands are on a great sword. They're not like holding the
both
horse.
of his hands. Yeah, he's holding on to a thing. So he's an experienced horseman, an experienced cavalryman, but he sort of like clicks his, however, I don't know how you get a horse to move. I'm assuming he spurs it somehow to try and get it to move. But he does have his sword in his hand, which means the horse, which has already been wounded, is going to take off due west, and the saddle is likely to stay exactly where it is.
It's just going to roll off.
It's just going to roll off. All right, so I need a reflex save. There's no way that he's not going to land on his ass, is it?
Not
I mean,
really, no.
I'm going to do a reflex save just to see if I roll a natural 20 to see if he lands on his feet. Natch 20.
It's not even possible. It's
Technically
not,
speaking, there's no way that he lands
There's
on
no
anything
way.
but his ass.
I mean,
His feet are
And
in
if
the
he didn't have-
stirrups.
yeah.
His knees are gripping the side of the saddle. That's how you grip the horse. so
It's
you don't
fantasy though.
bounce
I'd
around.
give him the natural 20.
it's a fantasy story. It could happen.
Yeah, I'd give him the natural 20.
That would, to me, a natural 20 would mean he's still holding his greatsword when he falls on his ass. But he has like nothing to like swing around for balance or anything. Because he's holding a giant sword.
I'm trying to think of what I would do if I was unfortunate enough to be on a horse when it took off. And I had a sword in my hand, so I'm trying to think of what a guy would do. An experienced cavalry guy. He's got his legs on either side of the horse. So I think you're right. I think if the saddle is just sliding off, he's essentially being upended because his leg is in the stirrup, and I'm envisioning that the saddle is going like this.
Here's the one thing, though.
Because it's not going to shoot off the back of the horse.
Using your thighs to, one, direct the horse, but also to hang on. So you're putting pressure in the saddle, the stirrups, but you're also using your thighs to guide the horse and to hold on to the horse.
That's a
So
good.
you would
That's a
have
good
very
point.
minute trance.
Yeah. But all he'd be able to do is try to direct his fall so he doesn't get hurt when he lands.
That's probably legit. Yeah, I don't think there's. I can't envision, because it's not like the saddle. It's not like Wile E. Coyote where the horse takes off and the saddle hovers in midair for a
Hovers
second
there.
and then drops to the ground. It's going to go sideways. So, all right. So he's going to make a reflex save to see. Let's see what happens. All right. He certainly didn't get a natural 20. So he falls. The horse goes this way, and I'm going to say the horse moves with all due alacrity. He's going to fall and be prone right here. I think 18, he's still holding on to his greatsword. Maybe one-handedly. He's got it in one hand.
I'd give him that with that high.
So it doesn't go flying.
I'd be more worried about him getting disentangled from the saddle because
Yeah, got to get his
having
feet
to
out.
pull
of
his
the
feet out from the stirrups is not going to be easy.
And
He's
they're
a
no
player,
longer
isn't he?
attached to the sides, so they're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to try and come with him when he lifts his feet out.
I'd be really surprised if somebody can hold on to their sword in that situation because you got to drop and land and not hurt yourself.
Yeah, he's trying to put his hands out. Oh, shit. All right, the sword is in the dirt. He's trying to extricate himself from his saddle at this point. He's having some success with that 18 dex roll, but he's stuck to the saddle.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's down. All right, he is there, and he's starting to look a little freaked out. Because these guys are bullies, right? They were going to sort of put this Torrant under arrest, and suddenly they've kicked over the hornet's nest. Now there's 3 dead thugs in front of him, and he's on the floor with his legs tangled in his saddle. That's no good. That's not good.
I think there's
I bet he woke up saying, this is going to be the best day ever.
He's like, this is the day my Sargavan masters come to Gate Pass and finally slam the ham on these jackasses. And now he's like, oh shit, I'm tangled up in my own saddle. And this guy who's killed a couple of people already is standing over me with a falcata, like probably like in full like, ha-ha, kind of thing.
The bad thing is he sees two of me.
Yeah, and then
He's like, holy crap.
There's another one with a bow and arrow just killed my other thug. What the hell? Torrant, in a surprising display, comes over here and stabs downward at the thug in the grease.
So she gets a +4 to attack.
She gets a +4 to attack. So let's look at Haley. Where is she? Okay. Oops, that's wrong. That's not right. All right, so she gets +4, so that's going to take her to +8. That's a solid attack for
Heck yeah.
someone of her substantive thing, but anybody can roll a 1. And she didn't. 16 is going to be enough to hit. So she hits him with this long dagger, which does d6 + 2. It's essentially a poignard. And the grease, she gets a little bit of the grease on her thing, so she slips a little. No, dagger goes all right. She hit him, but she didn't kill him. She gives him a long cut, though, off the side of his head, and he's bleeding profusely into the grease.
He's got no damage. None of your thugs have damage.
Can you not see that?
Nope.
All right, hold on.
Not,
How can that be? God,
I don't
darn
see.
it.
Yeah, they don't have damage bars.
Okay, hold on. That's wrong. That was wrong.
We can see this guy.
He doesn't have either. Let me get him.
No,
No,
he's got it.
it. Yeah,
He's got
a
it,
damage
okay.
bar.
Go ahead and put his
And the
name.
dog has one. It's just that last thug down in the lower right-hand corner.
Okay, what about the guys on the stairs?
I can't see them because they're in the dark to me.
Yes,
Gotcha,
they do.
okay.
They have it.
They should have.
They do. I can see it.
Is this
Oh.
guy?
I guess if I can, everybody can't. I don't know.
There we go. But you said the dog does?
Yep.
Yeah, the dog
Okay.
does.
All right. You should be able to see everybody's health bar now.
Yep.
Perfect. Vondram, you are up from behind the bar. You see Torrant sort of sneak over there, try to stab that guy. She misses. Well, she doesn't miss. She hits him, but she didn't. She looked like she was trying to kill him, and she did not kill him.
Is it a +4 to or a ranged attack too?
No, it's actually on a prone person.
Yeah.
It's minus to a ranged attack.
Okay, then I'm gonna throw acid splash at this guy who's right within my range.
Which guy? Oh, the guy with the dog?
Yep. That guy.
Okay. And I always envision acid splashes making this sort of like bloop noise. That's it.
And then I think it's a D3.
Yep.
So half of that too.
2 points. Acid hits him, and he's like, it hits him and sort of like gets some on his face and some on his shoulder, and you see him kind of like bring his hand up, and he wipes it, and he's like, ah! As it starts smoking and his face starts blistering, and so he lets out a yelp as the acid begins to burn him. All right, these guys. All right, he's asleep. So I'm trying to think of what I would do if I was on the stairs and I saw my idiot friend fall asleep. Would I go and stand over him and try and fight Ono? Or would I stay on the stairs, somewhat protected from Ono, and try and lead him into attacking me from a worse position? I think I would stay on the stairs. So he's going to take the -2 penalty, and he's going to try and clock Ono with the axe. Let's see how that goes. The -2 is going to take down his bonus to 1. Actually, none, because it's +2. So here's the roll. He's and a 4. Does 4 hit you? Oh no.
If I'm using the defense posture, then my AC is 21.
Okay, that is definitely not a hit then.
Close though.
It was close.
It was a solid try.
We hate for people to die embarrassed.
And Ono, you see another guy at the top of the stairs kind of go down and goes, "Move through!" And he sort of smacks the guy in front of him that just missed you.
Okay.
Mastiff takes a move action to get up now that he's out of the grease, and turns around, looks around, and doesn't and you hear the thug going, "Go get him, boy! Go get him!" And he kind of looks around and he sees, who's he see? I'm thinking, Vondrum, you're short, right?
Shortish.
Shortish. I'm wondering if you could see Vondrum on the other side of that bar. Probably a little bit.
5'5". I'm actually 5'2" or something. 5 foot.
5'2", so pretty tall actually. So you can probably see it, but I'm guessing that the easiest person to see is Torrant. She's closest. She's just on the other side of that table. The dog is on the ground, sees under the table. He's going to come around.
I'm actually 5'5". I don't know if that makes a difference, but I want to be fair.
Okay. Dog is going to come around. Can't do anything but that because he had to stand up, but he is getting ready to bite the crap out of Torrant. And you see Torrant kind of like look back and like, oh, I'm about to get bit.
Wait, the dog knew to avoid the grease?
He went around the table.
He went around the table. He just got pulled out of the grease. So yeah, the thug would have sent him around.
Okay. Because the straight path would have taken it back through the grease, and it's a dog.
Well, that's
no,
true.
he went around.
But his owner is right there. His controller is right there. So
I have a dog. We don't control nothing.
Yeah. Plus, if it's like grease from a steak or a chicken, that dog.
Stay there on purpose.
And there's a guy on the floor, which is always attractive to dogs. All right, tell you what, I'll go 50-50 on around or through the grease. And Chuck, since you called it, and you have a dog that apparently loves to go through grease, you make the roll. I'm going to roll a D10. You tell me high, low.
Now we'll take high.
High means he goes through the grease. Low. Oh, good. He went around.
Smart dog.
Smart dog. All right. He started to go into the grease. The guy was like, no, it's, sort of pushes him the other way. But he's going to try and bite Torrant next round. Arendar, you are out there. This guy is on the ground, and he is cursing a blue streak. You've heard the phrase Asmodeus balls a couple of times. Not sure what that's about, but he doesn't sound happy. But he is prone in front of you.
I'm going to swing at him once, and then I'm going to threaten him to stay on the ground. Otherwise, I'm going to kill him.
Okay.
Which is a good thing. So
that's a miss.
Yeah.
All right, so your falcata buries itself in the ground next to him, and you pull it back out, and you're like, and you say, "Don't move, you."
Stay down, otherwise I'll kill. Otherwise, you die.
Stay down, or you'll die. Okay, cool.
Actually, can I, as a move action, grab his weapon that's pretty much at my feet?
I don't know which way it would have thrown.
Direction
yeah, it's probably pretty close to you.
You want to do direction distance, or just it wouldn't go more than probably about 5?
It wouldn't go very far. It's too heavy. But yeah, let's do just direction to see which way it flew. So hold on, that would be a D8.
Is one high?
One is high, so it is over here.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's between him and the dead thug. I'll just draw it there in case that's important.
Okay.
All right, you see the sword there?
Yep.
Okay. It's a really bad drawing of a sword. So, but yeah, that's where it is.
So
you step forward over to it?
5 foot step to there.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn then.
Pole arm.
I did tell him to stay down, otherwise he's going to die.
Stay down or I'll kill you. Pole arm.
Okay, I'm going to move back into the doorway.
Okay.
I got a few hit points. So the only thing I can hit is the guy laying down, right? Sleeping?
Yeah, I don't think you can hit him from there. If you step forward behind Ono, you can definitely spear around Ono into that guy.
Okay.
All right, so sleeping people are what we call helpless. So in this case, the target is treated as having a dex of 0. Melee attacks against a helpless target get +4. And in this case, it's a full round action. You can use a melee weapon to deliver a coup de grace, but you don't have a full round action because you move. So
9
right.
to hit then.
9 to hit would miss, actually. So yeah, you're
actually if he gets no dex, or if his dex is 0, that's a -5.
That's a negative on his AC.
That's -5, and then also your attack essentially +4. That should be a 9 difference.
Why would it be -5?
Well,
Oh, okay. It is a -5 modifier, and that applies to AC. It does apply to
yeah.
AC.
So it's a double whammy. It basically makes a 9-point difference on the attack roll.
Okay, so his AC is 14. So 9-point difference would be a 6. Wait, no,
Oh.
a 5. Shit. How do you guys keep pulling these out of your asses? This stinks. This game stinks. I'm going back to checkers. All right, that is a hit then. Jesus balls. he had 8 hit points. He just snapped them. You know, the spear point just goes right in. The guy's like sort of splayed and he just like boom right in his guts. And the guy, he doesn't even wake up. It looks like he doesn't even feel it. And
So is this
blood
like
starts pouring out.
soccer or hockey? Do I get points for the assist?
What's for the assist?
Theoretically, kills, will clock you XP, which you will share in. So yeah, technically, yeah.
Because yeah, if you go for the assist, I think everyone I've killed so far, Jennifer would have to get an assist with that because they were all down on the ground because of her grease.
Because of all the grease. Really greased up this whole tavern.
I don't want people to think just because we're cowards in the back doesn't mean we don't help.
Oh no, we so appreciate these support mages.
All right. Oh no, you're up.
Got it. I'm still working on entering all the data back into the roll 20 sheet.
No worries.
I'm gonna. Are both guys asleep on the stairs?
No, the guy who fell asleep is now dead because you saw that polearm came from behind you and jammed him with that big spear that he has.
Nice
The
one.
other
Okay,
two
cool.
guys are still on the stairs. The one guy in front tried to hit you with his axe last time and missed.
Right.
Now there's another guy behind him who's telling him, push forward, push forward.
Okay, I'm gonna smack the guy right in front of me who is being pushed forward. So here comes trouble.
All right.
I'm gonna go to here. D20 plus 2. And what did I roll?
20 to hit. That will hit.
Okay,
Even with the around the corner. So you just reach out and crack him.
All right, and I do 1d6 plus 2, I think.
All right.
4.
4 points of damage. That's a lot. You get him right under the jaw, and his head snaps back, and he's like staggered. He staggers on the stairs a little bit as he's like, "Oh, you're gonna pay for that." You don't use a weapon, do you? You use your bare hands, right? All right. So you just give him an uppercut right in the chops, and he felt that. I mean, you rang his bell. All right, Titus, you are up. Polearm has left the room. It looked like he just killed that guy you put to sleep.
Well, so he's sleeping a little longer than I intended. What am I supposed to do? So can I see the other two behind Deado?
Give me a perception check.
Really? Is it that difficult?
Well, there's a wall behind them. What I'm thinking is what you would have seen is not so much the guys behind the dead guy as Ono punching a guy on the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Ono punch somebody, and you saw that guy tried to attack him. You can sort of see him. You're kind of in a weird spot in that room, in that your angle of sight is sort of really All right.
Well, let's see.
It's an acute angle as opposed to an obtuse angle.
All right. So I may step forward by 10 feet as long as I'm behind these guys, and I'm going to throw another sleep.
Okay, up the stairs?
Yep.
Ooh, all right. So DC's coming up. So remind me again, was it DC 15?
15.
15, and it was a will save, which they have a +2. All right, 15 +2 will saves. Guy in front who tried to attack Ono. Oh, no. Guy behind him makes it. All right, so this basically the same thing happens. You get the front guy, but the other guy's like, and you could hear the other guy going, the hell are you doing? As this guy slumps forward and onto the stairs and sort of like, goes, and sort of like you hear him snoring.
He just can't hear me reading William F. Buckley articles. But the front guy can't.
Titus throws my master's thesis at them. Read this! Immediately fall into a narcoleptic slumber. All right, so again, you can hear that guy in the back sort of yelling out, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? This is no time for a nap, you idiot! All right, so that's Titus. All right, Thug's turn. All right, this Thug, those guys are dead. What is he going to do? He doesn't even know what's going on outside. So he's going to go over here. I'm going to roll a quick perception to see if this guy notices. Well, he would probably notice Titus. I don't know that he would notice Vondrum, but let me just roll a quick perception. See what they get. What does he see? Hold on. Ooh, okay. So he notices Vondrum, Titus behind the bar, and Polearm just stuck his guy. So he's going to run over here. Let me see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's got. What has he got? He's got a sword. Shit. I can't really hit anybody. All right. He's going to come over here. And he is going to, it's going to put him in the way of, he's going to attack Ono. He's just going to run over there, but that will give Polearm an attack of opportunity as he passes through that threatened square. Oh, jeez. All right. That is a natty Twanzo. What'd you roll?
17 to confirm.
That is a confirmed crit. Oh, I hate you. All right, you come down and Polearm just sort of like backs that thing up and bam, hits this guy as he's running across the thing. He might stop here. Hold on a second. Let's see what happens. You want the chart or you want the damage?
Chart. Oh, you know what? Let's just do damage. I think it's 3. This times 3.
Is it
yeah.
triple?
Yeah, it's triple. Go with the damage.
Okay.
So 15.
15 points of damage. All right, so this thug is like running across there. He's got his sword out, at which point, as if by magic, Polearm brings his spear across, sharp bladed end, and just clocks this guy right in the throat. He was aiming for his head, missed, hit him in the throat, and just gashes his throat completely open. His head, his body is still moving. His head is stopped by his forward motion of his head is stopped by the spear. So what happens is the gash is so large that his head literally flops backward and is now bouncing on his back. Blood is squirting out everywhere at the top. He takes a couple of more steps and lands in a disgusting heap right about there.
And then Polearm looks over and says, I said no.
So that's nearly headless Nick.
Nearly headless Nick.
Yep. It is gross. Hold on, he certainly did not expect to have that happen to him today.
Maybe tomorrow, but not today.
Here we go. Let's put this under him right about there.
Oh, we're adding big, large arterial spray.
Oh, yeah. There you go. He's down. Oh no, you probably even get some on you. It's just, and his head is it's practically severed, and that aorta is just pumping away for just a few seconds, and then it dies out after it takes a minute for his body to realize that his head is dead. All right, that's him. Am I out of thugs? Okay. Oh no, I'm not. This thug is going to try and get back on his feet, which will provoke from Torrant. He's going to take a chance there. So this is did not get back on his feet, and it provokes from Torrant. Oh, shit. I hate it when my NPCs crit other NPCs. Oh, fuck it. That's a confirmed crit, too. All right. Let's see what happens. Knockback, max plus bonus, and is pushed a square away. So he gets up onto his knees, and she stabs him right in the face, and he is pushed backwards a square, but I have a feeling that D6 plus 2 is going to be... So, it's 8 points plus another 8. Fuck. I just killed my last thug. And she just like, he gets up on his knees and she just punches that dagger into his chest to the point where it pushes him backwards in the grease because he's got no friction. And he slides backwards toward the door as he's got, his gout and blood falls over, and it pulls him off of her thing. She still turns to fight the Mastiff though. All right, Wraith, you are up.
So as a free action, I'm going to ask Arendar if he's got that guy.
Now, yes, I got him.
So I'm going to do
The guy says, "You got nothing, turd
5,
alert."
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, you going back in the house?
Yeah, and I'm going to shoot at the Mastiff that's threatening Torrant
Okay.
with flanking.
Yep.
I'm
Absolutely.
within 30 feet. Potential crit.
Oh my God!
Confirmed crit.
That's a confirmed crit on the dog. So, all right, do you want the, since you're an archer, I'm going to assume you're going to go with damage on this.
Triple damage.
Yeah, so it'd be 9 points of damage because it's within 30 feet, so 27.
Yeah, 27.
27 points of damage.
Yes.
All right, that's more than twice the amount of hit points that it had. So you step forward, you're like, Torrant, don't move. And then you're just like, eyed up and shunk right in the back of the head. And it goes down in a pile. It's like somebody flipped a switch, and the dog just splays out before it. And Torrant's like, "Thank you." All right.
So if this happens at like 8th level, you're basically got one arrow's going to take what 108 points of damage. Or
Well, yeah. I mean, Mike can. Mike, you probably have this written down somewhere. What's the largest amount of damage that you've done in a single round? It's like 170, something like that.
I think I got 200 once at the end of the 13C.
Yeah, I think.
But
it's like you had like 2 crits.
It was 6 arrows and 2 of them critted. It was 6 arrows because I was hasted, and yeah.
And I think it was the one of the crits was the first shot, which is 2 arrows at a time.
Well, by that time we knew that no longer critted both arrows. So, but yeah, it was 2 crits.
2 crits and I think
then
6
4
arrows.
other arrows, and yeah.
Oh, God, and they all hit if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Well, now I have a target to shoot for.
All right, so that's Wraith. Well done. Lorelei still flying around. Now she's still flying around the guy. But he's off the horse. The horse is basically down the street now.
Yeah. She's just going to keep distracting him until Arendar says that he's surrendered.
Okay. All right. So she keeps distracting him. So the guy is sort of like, he looks up at Arendar, and Arendar, you said, stay still or I'll kill you.
Yeah, it says stay down or you die.
Stay down or you die. So he basically looks at you and he's like, fine. He sort of sits up, extricates himself slowly from the rest of the thing so that his legs aren't still in the stirrups, kicks the saddle away and sits cross-legged in his armor, as people like to do, and just sort of looks at you with malice in his eyes, and he says, "Now what?" So he didn't reach for his sword. He's just sort of sitting there. Now he still has other weapons.
Right.
I mean, you see a couple of daggers. His crossbow went with the horse because it was mounted on the saddle. But oh no, if it's mounted on the saddle, then it's still right there, but it's just laying there on the ground.
Yeah, I'm sure if it's a crossbow, he'd have to load it.
He'd have to load it,
which would take. Yeah, that provokes an attack, and stand. That provokes an attack, and.
Okay. So that's what he does. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there. He doesn't make any overt moves to the thing. In your opinion, actually, you know what? Give me a sense motive.
I'm a first level fighter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is not a first level fighter. All right, sense motive. So you're kind of eyeballing this guy up, and he's watching you very intently to see what you do, and you get the impression that he is a seasoned guy. He may not be a soldier. He may once have been a soldier, but you get the definite impression that he's looking for an opportunity.
Oh yeah.
All right. Torrant says thank you to Wraith, and then she steps this way over by the bar because at this point she doesn't see any other people that are fighting. Only, a bunch of dead guys. So she's going to step over there, and she's looking at she's looking at that door. She turns back around to the door and she's got her knife out to see if any more thugs come in this door over here. But none are coming in. So, Vondram, what do you do?
Vondram's going to scoot over here so we can see out the door. And everything looks pretty
You're still
calm.
behind the bar, right?
Yeah, I'm still behind the bar. I can see that Ono and Polearm are still focused on what I believe is one guy's, because the other guy's just mush on the bottom. So I think I'm going to call it a pretty fair fight at this point and start rummaging through the whiskey bottles.
Gotcha. Okay. There are several whiskey bottles under there, plus an array of appropriate glassware.
So I'll start pulling some stuff out. And
all right. You've worked up a powerful thirst.
Any smoke down here yet, Les?
Huh?
Any smoke down here yet?
No, but you're starting to smell it. You're starting to smell it, and you can hear it. This guy goes back up the stairs, and it's he goes back up the stairs. He sees his friend sleeping. He reaches down, gives him a quick shake, and when there's no response, he skedaddles back up the stairs.
Isn't it going to be a bit smoky up there?
It is getting smoky up there. Yes. You can hear the crackling of flames too. But he went back up there, so maybe he's figured out a way out.
Or he just wants to hot box.
Or he's trouble. All right, so that's him. I'm out of thugs. Damn, I'm out of thugs. All right, Arendar, it's your turn.
I tell him to lay on his stomach.
Okay.
And then I just, while I'm doing that, take a step over here and pretty much kick his blade behind me.
Back towards the building.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see if this works. Nope.
I kick myself back towards the building.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to grab this by itself.
I'll move my guy out of the way.
All right. Put your guy back where he was, and so the sword goes skittering back towards the building, so it's over there. And you tell him, "Get on your stomach," and he's like, "What's the point? I'm your prisoner, right? Why do I need to breathe in a bunch of horse shit and dust?"
Because you don't want to die.
You're making a big mistake. And he sort of unlimbers out of like sitting down, and he gently sort of lowers himself to the ground. But he's eyeballing you the whole time. His eyes do not come off of you. He's still looking for an opportunity, but yeah, now he's face down. All right, Polearm, you're starting to smell smoke. You can hear crackling, but that guy went back up the stairs. You're not sure what he expects to accomplish. But you're guessing that a fair amount of the second floor is now probably burning merrily.
Let's see. I guess I'm going to ask, what's her name? Torrance?
Okay, Torrant?
Yeah, I'm going to ask her if she thinks that we should take everybody out in this situation, or what's going on with this.
Like, kill everybody?
Yeah. Is she worried about us being identified?
Well, the plan is to leave the city. So she said, like, nah, you don't necessarily have to kill all of them. We got to get out of this building, though. It's going to be falling around on our ears in a couple of rounds.
So she just is worried about escaping, right? So.
Yeah, more than anything.
I'm going to do a move action in 10, 20, 30. I'll move to here and guard the guy on the ground.
Okay.
Well, Aaron there does what he's doing.
Cool.
Oh, you forgot your shot.
What?
What?
Vondram's holding up a shot of whiskey as Poe runs out the door.
Here, take this. Don't go alone. Take this shot of whiskey with you.
Then he shrugs and drinks it.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Take this whiskey. All right, Ono, you're up. You've got a guy on the stairs who's asleep, and you can actually hear him snoring away. He looks quite peaceful. The other guy who was behind him, you saw him reach down, give him a shake, and then was like, shit, what do I do? And ran back up the stairs.
Um, I,
Now's your
I,
chance to go back upstairs if you want.
I'm not going upstairs.
Okay.
My days of being a dumbass are done, at least until to
At least till tomorrow.
Yeah. So
You can't
I
promise
am
us
gonna
that.
That's how we all learn.
you know what I mean. I don't want to hit the guy who's asleep. I'm a lawful good teenager. I mean, if I were a hardened veteran, I might just do a coup de grace. I'm trying to think of, I'm a kid. I can't just kill the guy. I'm not gonna kill him.
Okay.
But I am gonna. Here, hold on. Who else are we currently fighting?
Well, so I mean, there's a guy there. I mean, other than that, there's something going out in the hallway. But I mean, both. I mean, there's you do know that there's a guy upstairs, but you're not sure what he's up there doing. Everybody else, as far as you know, is dead.
All right. I see that we also killed the dog. I was gonna try to use my handle animal skill to I don't know, coax the dog. Oh well.
Give him some steak and here, boy.
That's right. All right. You know what? Do I smell smoke?
Yeah, strong.
I say, hey chaps, this place is on fire. Shall we exit this place? I don't know.
And as a free action, I'll go, yes, with haste.
With haste.
With haste.
I don't
There's
want
the front door. Okay. Get through it.
If the place is on fire and this guy's asleep, whew.
Sleep spell. Let me see how long it lasts.
1 minute.
1 minute per level.
Yep.
So 1 minute per level. So theoretically, he would wake up before the whole place burned down. He might get injured though if something fell on him.
Is there very, very thick smoke?
No, it's not yet. A lot of the smoke, since the bomb landed on top of the thing, and you're kind of surprised that it didn't just come all the way through. It's testament to the structural integrity of the Poison Apple Pub that it didn't come careening through. But basically, it's the roof and parts of the second floor that are on fire. Now the smoke, most of the smoke is actually going out. Because the bomb itself has made essentially a smoke hole for that smoke to go out. But since the fire is so large, it is starting to come down. You can certainly smell it. And while it's not obscuring your vision or anything like that, because smoke rises, you definitely know the building's on fire.
Got it. Okay, thank you. In that case, you know what? I'm not gonna pick up the guy. I'm gonna leave him there. I assume his comrade fled up the stairs toward the fire and smoke. That's I hope that works out for him.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, hey guys, if there are clues to be found at this pub, I suggest we find them now.
Well, this was the meeting place that Torrant asked you to meet. So if you remember from last time, basically Torrant's like, I need to talk to you guys. Come meet me at the Poison Apple Pub.
All right,
I don't know if you guys would consider this a place where there would be a lot of clues. The owner, Torrant knows the owner, and the owner was essentially disappeared by the government to see if he was a terrorist.
Got it. Okay.
So she knew the building was empty.
Okay, then you know what? In that case, I'm just gonna go out the front door and say, all right, if we're here to meet Torrant's friends, let's meet outside since the inside is on fire.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go out here like so.
Watch your step through that blood. Ew.
Yep.
All right, so you go outside. You see there's a guy face down on the ground. Arendar is standing over him with his falcata. There's another dead guy out there, and you had to step over a couple of dead guys to get out the door in the first place. And Polearm is standing there. He's got his spear in his hand. He's got it pointed at the guy on the ground, and Lorelei is flying all over the place. So an odd scene.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Oh, go ahead.
I will just move to here. I will say, can I assist? Do you need me to punch anyone?
I think that was addressed to you, Aradar.
I want to immobilize this guy in case we got any questions before we take off.
Okay.
This guy seemed like he was in charge, so if we have any questions,
Definitely.
this is the guy to question.
Okay. Well, does the guy whom we want to question, does he seem badly hurt?
He seems a little hurt.
Okay.
Mostly, I mean, he's got an arrow. It looks like an arrow wound, and it looks like maybe it's some bumps and bruises.
Okay.
And he's certainly dirty. I think that's it, though.
All right. Cool. I will not do anything impulsive right now. I am gonna stand by. You know what? I'm gonna try to look around. I'm gonna look up, just to see.
Okay.
I'm trying to just establish some situational awareness.
Okay. Give me a perception check when you get a moment.
Yes, sir. Perception.
All right. Titus, in the meantime, while he's doing that, you're up. What do? You see Ono kind of take off. You hear Wraith go, yeah, we got to get the hell out of here. Ono, you see, kind of like look around, and you can see very clearly that the second floor of the Poison Apple Pub is on fire and blazing merrily. You also see there are multiple fires of buildings in the distance, and you can see these flying creatures continuing to pummel targets from the air.
Okay, got it. All right. Thank you. I will pass my turn, and
all right.
I'm gonna when we get a second, I want to just reconvene with or regroup with my colleagues.
Cool. All right, Titus, what are you doing? You see Vondrum has lined up what looks to be an array of shots on the bar. And as Ono ran by, she's like, no, take this with you. And then he doesn't take it, and she just drinks it herself.
I lift one up to Titus as a free action, I hope.
Wait, is Vondrum a he or a she?
A he.
Vondrum's a he.
Okay.
Les is still adjusting.
Yeah.
I know, it's
Oh, did I say she?
It takes a little getting used to.
Did I say she?
You do it quite often. It's okay.
Oh, sorry about
Take
that.
some time. It's all right.
He's got a high voice.
I don't talk like this.
So I'm thinking to myself, I like Vondrum's style. I need to hang out with that dude a little bit more. So those little guys flying around, since I speak Draconic, do I recognize their...
The guys doing the dive bombs?
Yep.
You haven't even seen them yet. So you don't. I don't know that you would hear them talking to each other, or even not from inside.
I thought oh, okay. Oh, they're outside.
You can hear the booms of the incendiaries going off. That's what you can hear. And some of them are closer and some of them are farther, but it's like that's sort of like boom, boom, as the bombs go off. The loud one, is hit the pub and lit it on fire.
So I can't see the status bars very well. Is everyone around me in good health?
Yeah, everybody in the building is, except for the bad guys, are full up.
Oh, well, hell with the bad guys. So
there's one bad guy sleeping on the stairs that you can see. I'm
gonna go leap over the bar, and at the same time, I have enough dexterity where I can grab a shot from Vondrum, swallow it, slam it down on the bar, say thank you, and make it to the doorway to see what the hell's going on.
All right.
Oh, says Vondrum.
So I'll just I'm kind of off to the side so I can see out the door. Does that put me in?
The door is one square to the right of where you are.
To the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking.
Oh, so you're still in the building. You're just looking out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see this whole thing going on outside. You see Ono, you see Arendar, you see Polearm, Lorelei's flying all over, and there's a guy in armor lying on the ground, face down on the ground.
Do I feel an urge to kick him while he's down?
I can't speak for your character. But it would certainly be within your rights.
All right. So let's see. I am going to. Is there anyone within my range who I can verm?
No, all the guys that you could see are dead. The only one that you could possibly end would have been that scout on the guy on the stairs. He's just sleeping away. And then, but Ono said there was another guy that went upstairs. Beyond that, there's no wounded guys or anything like that.
So do I still have the angle on the stairs?
No, not where you're standing. This is like a
Okay.
wall here, so you can't really see the guy sleeping.
I guess there's not a whole lot I can do then.
All right. Well, you still have another move action if you want to go all the way outside into the street.
I'm not a frontline guy. Are you kidding?
Well, there's
I
no
could
fighting
die
going
from
on.
a paper cut.
There's just one guy out there, and he's face down on the floor. And plus we've got
well,
Arendar's
in
out
that
there.
case, I'll go stand behind Ono or Polar.
All right. Cool. Move your guy.
All right.
All right. Wraith, what do? You just killed the Mastiff. Torrant, nods at you in thanks, and you see her look like she's getting ready to go outside as well.
Well, as a free action, I'm going to tell Torrant, all right, let's go. We've got a meeting to get to.
Yep.
And then as a move action, I'm going to take and slam a shot from Vondram.
Got it.
And say, come on, let's get out of here. The building's on fire.
And Vondram's like, damn right it is. This place is lit.
And then I'm going to move out here.
All right, so you go outside too. All right, cool. Lorelei, I'm assuming, is still bothering Cathor.
Gordon is maybe not here. He was.
Oh
in the
no,
house.
he's here. He's just distributed.
Yeah, she's just gonna go over to Polar now and settle on his shoulder.
Okay. Cathor does nothing. Torrant comes outside as well and sort of looks up and down the street.
When Torrant comes out, I'm going to call to her and say, I think this guy in charge, if we need to ask him anything.
And it's okay, so she'll come over by you, over like about there. Vondram, what do? You are alone in the building. You're starting to see smoke coming down the thing. Definitely the building's on fire. And you still have like 4 shots lined up on the bar.
Yeah, but I grin and say out loud.
I didn't get mine if you want to deliver.
Nope, you missed the opportunity, but there'll be more. But I'm going to say I think this crew is going to grow on me, slam my second shot, and then I will move out of the building.
Okay, so you're coming outside too.
Yep.
All right. You're standing there, and you hear, all of you outside, hear what sounds at first like a couple of like really hefty smacks on a piece of wood from above, like somebody's chopping wood. And then as you turn to look, you see a guy fall out of a window and land right here. Boom, with a plop. He takes damage. Hold on, I got to roll his damage because he fell. Ooh, max damage, and you hear the sickening snap of a the sickening snap of a broken bone, and you hear him going, "Oh God, damn it!" And you look down, and you can see he's dropped his axe on the floor, which is just laying in the dirt, and he's holding his leg, which is obviously and badly broken. The broken bone isn't sticking out, but it's very misshaped. It's definitely broken. He broke his leg jumping out of the window to try and escape the fire.
Is it his femur or his tibia?
It looks like the femur on the right side.
Ow! Jesus, bad. Let's fuck him up, guys.
And smoke is pouring out of that window it was boarded up, and he sort of removed the boards with his axe and then jumped out the window. but smoke is pouring out of that window now. And Torrant says, we got to get out of here. This building's going to be burning up. It's going to be completely burned very soon.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions for this guy? Do we?
So she looks at him and says, she says to you privately, she goes, I've seen this guy around town, but I don't know his name or anything like that. I don't know who he is. I've seen him though.
All right.
All right, so we're out of combat. Do you guys want to stick with the initiative roll to see, are you guys going to do a couple of things, or what do you guys want to do? You guys just want to drag everybody down the street for a little bit? And
if any of these guys have any coin purses or anything on them,
okay,
I'm going to tell Wraith, hey, help me grab this guy's money.
Okay, so you guys look at
polearms got this guy covered.
So you're not going to go back in the building, right?
No.
Okay. So the three thugs that you killed initially, the two in front of the door and the one next to laying on the ground next to you, Arendar, they each, if you collect it all up, they have a total of 28 silver pieces on them. Not a ton of money.
No. Not very good thugs.
Well, they haven't got paid yet, maybe.
What about the guy that's not
the
quite
guy in
dead?
charge? This guy here.
That guy? So he has a purse on him, and so do you get close to him? You cut it off of him, or do you ask him to hand it over?
Can we see if it's a Louis Vuitton or a Coach?
It's a Gucci.
Ooh.
So you're like, all right, hand it over, and he's like, sons of bitches, and he reaches sideways. Remember, he's still down. If you see him push himself up a little bit, he reaches over into his belt, pulls a pouch out, and throws it into the dirt next to you, Arendar. And it has 18 gold pieces and 42 silver pieces in it.
42.
No condoms.
No condoms.
I'm going to ask Arendar in our language, why is this guy still alive?
And I'll respond the same. We just tell him. I told him I wouldn't kill him if he behaved, and I stressed the word "I."
What about the guy who fell out the window? He's just like, oh my leg.
And then he'll also say, "Didn't know if we needed any info before he got offed."
He's the leader of a group of bullies. Just do away with him so that Torrant can take us where we need to go.
Okay.
Vandram saw what was in that guy's purse and decided, based on the fieriness of the building, he might have time to run back in one action, grab this guy's purse and run back out.
What, the guy in the corner?
Uh-huh.
Or the guy in the blood pool?
This guy here in the blood, well, they're kind of
There's two guys right there.
There.
This guy, because he's going to have a purse possibly to match this guy. And he's actually...
Well, so the purse that had all the gold in it came off of the guy on the ground. This guy here.
I thought it was this guy.
No.
I'm sorry.
No,
that guy does have a pouch on him, but he only has 12 silver pieces in it.
Oh, okay, I'll just grab the bottle of whiskey I left then and come back out.
Okay, and the pouch, or?
I'll take the 12 silver.
Okay, so you grab the pouch, grab the bottle of whiskey, and you're like, I gotta get out of here.
Okay.
And you're gonna kill him?
I told him I wouldn't, but like I said,
so you guys, so when you and Wraith, Arendar and Wraith are talking in that other language, right? Nobody understands what you guys are saying.
Right.
Okay.
Especially the guy.
language.
So, like I said, I'll look at polearm. So if you want to finish him, go ahead. Actually, I won't say anything. I'll look at polearm and just point down to him and shake my head yes.
Polearm goes.
He's like, what?
We letting him go?
But then, yeah, I'll just turn to Torrant and say, you lead the way.
What do you guys? She's like, what are you guys gonna do with this guy?
You can't do a coup de grace, can you, on somebody that's...
Well, I say we have a mercy killing, and I verm him with a magic missile.
Ooh, boy, I don't. Well, he might have too much hit points, but you hit him with the magic missiles?
No, don't use your spells on this guy.
Oh, he ain't worth my spells.
No, he's not.
I can try to kill him if that's what you guys want. I mean, it is war. I don't have a problem with that.
Hey. Wait a second. I'll tell you what. You let me go. I promise to give you a bunch of money later. What do you say? Got a deal? And you see he starts to, he's like getting up to one knee and he's pushing himself up. He's like, look. Hey, look. I just was hired to do this.
By who?
Right? I was just hired to pick up her.
By who?
My boss. My boss, Renard, told me to come get you guys. We've been doing this me and my guys have been doing this all week.
I'll ask Torrant if she knows that name.
She's like, Renard, I know. She's like, he's the head of a group of bounty hunters, paid trackers. Usually they are, usually they are hired to find, what's the word I'm looking for? People who run away from like the law.
Yeah, he's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Outlaws. Yeah, basically, he's like this. Renard guy runs a group of bounty hunters that usually they're hired by people, not just in Gate Pass, but outside of Gate Pass as well, to hunt down outlaws and that kind of stuff. I don't know what they're doing in why they would hunt down me.
Well, I could use somebody to shine my shoes and laugh at my jokes.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, it was just a paid job. Sorry, it went bad. Look, let me go. No hard feelings. I won't tell anybody.
Let me sense motive on this guy.
Okay.
Once I find out what my sense motive is. Oh, not that great.
Does anybody else have sense motive? Want to see if they think this guy's lying?
I think he's lying.
I think it's...
All right, chuck out a 12.
Hang on, I got 22.
22? All right, 22 is pretty good. I think Poe would be like,
He's just saying whatever he wants to get the hell out of here.
yeah, he's saying whatever he wants to. And no, you would think the same. He's just saying whatever he wants to. He doesn't want to get killed. On the other hand, he is just a paid thug. He's got no particular personal animosity towards you guys other than defeating him. Maybe he knows more than what he's letting off. And Torrant is like, look, you guys do with him what you want. Our priority is to get out of the city. We have to get down to where we have to go see River Eye.
Yeah, we need to go see Beaverface or whatever the hell his name is.
Badgerface, yeah.
Badgerface.
Which is my middle name.
Well, I'm going to take my spearless and kind of poke it at him and say, tell us something to make it worthwhile to keep you alive.
Oh, good grief.
Hey, told her, look, you already got all my money. You keep it, and the last thing hey, I don't even know who you guys are. We were after, I was paid to get her.
That doesn't sound very good.
I was paid to get her. It wasn't personal, and it's not personal now.
Who paid you again?
I was told, I don't know who's doing the buying. It was my boss, Renard, told us to come get Torrant. Told her she would be here tonight and come pick her up.
Where's your boss, Bernard?
Renard. He's out of the city. He's already out of the city.
Wait, your boss is named Renard?
Renard, yeah.
That means he's sneaky. All right.
No, he's actually he stomps
It's
around
a
like a
French
Clydesdale.
car.
All right. Where is your boss now?
Look, we have our headquarters is in the now I gotta get on a map. Hold on a second. Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
Less it's not too late to give up on GMing.
I've had it. No, it's because I can't use the maps in the book because I fuss with them. So
kill the motherfucker and let's go.
Well,
he's
first I want to get
like
some
we have
information.
our headquarters is in the Bandu Hills, about 20 miles from northeast of Gate Pass. I'm assuming he's there. That's where he was the last time I saw him, which was a couple of weeks ago. He gave us our instructions via coded. We have messengers going back and forth.
who else would know why you were given the job to kidnap Torrance?
Well, the buyer would know, but I don't. Look, I'm on a need to know basis. My job is to pick them up and bring them back. That's all.
Do I need to jog your memory? And I hold my fist up.
You could jog all you want. I don't know.
It's just
Okay.
Sargavans taking out their competition, basically, is what's going on here.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of that. And so they've been using like different things. So the vibe you get from this guy is essentially that these guys have been, so they usually are hired to go catch outlaws and they have connections and that kind of stuff. They're actually, the group is called, that Renard leads, is called the Black Horse Bounty Hunters, and they do a variety of different things. But usually what they're characterized by is like, you know, if you've got the money, we'll get the guy, no questions asked, and we don't care about, how should I put this, alignment considerations. So, but they're typically, but what Torrant will tell you is that what she knows about these guys is they're not assassins. They're usually putting the grab on them. And this Cathor guy will say, yeah, we were told to get Torrant, not to kill her. We're supposed to bring her back.
So do we feel like he could keep his word? If we let you go, you owe us?
Possible.
If we ever get back here, nobody's going to know us anymore anyway. If there's a war starting, this place is going to change in the next 6 months, and we're probably not going to be back till after it's over.
I'm sorry. Wait, bring Torrance back where?
And he says a place that you know that's in Gate Pass. He's like, look, we were just supposed to, deliver her over to people there. It's a place that's actually very close to the city council halls.
I think that's our next. That's our next place to go.
No, we're supposed to get her out of the city. I mean,
we're leaving.
Yeah, we have a goal already.
All right. Okay.
To get Torrant out of the city.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know what to do with him. Just play
If
my
we
character.
can trust him to OS1, let's let him go. Otherwise,
Playing my character's lineman, I don't think I could just, since he's surrendered and dropped his weapon, I don't think I can just kill him outright.
Same here.
Omar wouldn't either. He's got nothing against him.
So I'll tell him.
And Torrant's like, look, you guys do what you want,
Well, I'll tell him. Remember how you said if I let you go, you'll give me lots of money later? I'm holding you to that.
I don't remember that at all. All right. He's like, that's fine. It's fine. I'll pay you.
And I know you, so do the whole,
What's the money mean? How much is lots of money?
I just don't want to deal with him. So I tell him, I said, lay here for 5 minutes after we're gone. After that, you get to do whatever you want.
Deal.
Face down.
Deal. And he leans back down and puts himself back down in the thing.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So you guys take off.
Oh, before we take off,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to move close enough to him so he can hear me.
Okay.
I'm going to tell him, if I see your smiling face again, I'm going to put an arrow in your skull.
Ooh.
My brother's the nice one. I'm not.
Your brother's the nice one. He's like, I can't tell you apart. How do I know if you're the nice, if we meet again? What if
I'll be the one shooting you in the face.
I'll be the one.
Okay, that's a pretty good way to tell.
Yeah. And then I'll follow Torrant. And actually, I'll ask wherever we're going, if she wants me, because of the current state, if she wants me to go ahead, whatever, 20, 30 feet and scout. As long as she gives me reasonable directions, I can do that.
Okay, so you guys begin making your way through the city, heading towards this place called the Depository to go see River Eye Badgerface. But there's a lot going on. Obviously, the attack has come early, so we're talking. It's probably 2 a.m, maybe closer to 3 on New Year's Day, and these bombing runs are continuing. There's a lot of places in the city that are on fire. Essentially, the peaceful scene New Year's Eve of the snow coming down and stuff like that has been transformed. There's full attack. Now you don't know what's going on, but there are certain skill challenges that we have to manage before we get to the depository. So it's a skill challenge.
I so hate you.
So what I have here is I haven't done the whole spreadsheet thing for you guys like I normally do because this is kind of a little bit different. So in this case, there are things that you can do in various kinds of things. We have 4 elements that we can do before you guys get to the depository as you make your way around the city. So the first one is, and I'm just gonna read to you the situation, and then we'll figure out what we do. You're traveling quickly from the remains of the pub, and you see that gate passes is in turmoil. Torrant moves ahead of you about 20 feet, making haste as you guys make your way through towards the depository. As you round a corner, you're nearly run over by a man carrying a woman out of a doorway. Both of them are severely burned, and he appears nearly spent. 3 children, huddled in coats and whimpering, follow behind. "Help me," the man croaks, his pain nearly visible.
Nearly visible, but not quite.
So what do you do? He's like, "Help me," as he's carrying his wife. He looks like he's staggering under her weight. She's burned and unconscious. He's very badly burned. 2nd and 3rd degree burns on at least one whole arm.
Are we qualified to know the difference between 2nd and 3rd degree burns?
Somebody probably is.
I'm not. Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Poe knows. That's a 2nd degree burn right there. So what do you guys do? You have he's like, "Please help me.
I asked what he
Help me.
needs.
Help me carry my wife and help me find shelter. Get out of the way of this. Get my children safe."
I can do a heal check on him.
Okay, go ahead and do it.
Is there a map left so we can see where we're at or no?
You're just in the streets as you're making your way through Gate Pass. So let me see if
Is it like a commercial district or are we in a residential
it's mostly
area?
a residential district. So I'm trying to see. Take a look at my map, which has more than your map.
What's the A?
Poison Apple Pub.
That's the Poison Apple Pub. So you guys are moving deeper into the city. So I'm trying to find out where the depository is.
Are the gates open?
No, the gates are shut. That's the problem. You can't just walk out.
But I know a guy.
So we haven't even got through this section yet. We're still in this section, correct?
Correct. The internal, so the end gates are shut.
No, I meant, yeah, the internal gates, are they open?
They are open.
Okay. Are they open 24/7 or are they open till dark?
They're usually open 24/7. It's very rare that they are closed. The problem is that they might be closing due to
the fires and
the fires and stuff like that. All right, so that's so you know that A is the Poison Apple Pub. The depository is right about here in the next section over. So you would have to pass through a gate, but you haven't done it yet. Okay?
I got a 17 heal check.
17 heal check. So this guy is probably, in the parlance, is probably down to 1 hit point. His wife, whom he's carrying, is probably 0 or lower. She doesn't appear to be bleeding, but she's very badly burned, much more so than he is. He's just barely on his feet. The children are wrapped in sort of, you look over, he's got 3 kids behind him, the oldest of which is maybe 8. And they are covered in clothing that obviously has had water poured on it so that they can escape. The building behind them is on fire and had been hit by one of those things. So that's probably what happened. So she's very badly burned. He's under 0 hit points. He's probably hovering at like 1, maybe 2 hit points. But he's on his last legs.
Okay, I'm going to do a burst.
Okay.
2 points for whoever's injured. Is that enough to get her up? And
you see her eyes flutter. He starts to feel a little better, and she her eyes open, and you see her sort of reach over, and he's like, "Oh, thank you. I feel much better. Thank you. Is there any shelter nearby? Do you know of anywhere we could go?"
I just tell them to knock on any door that's or a building that's not burning and try and go in there.
"I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. Thank you." And he goes away. So that is the first. I've got to write down a few notes here. All right. The second thing. As you pass a number of burning structures, you see people crossing on a connecting sky bridge to the safety of a building that is not burning. From the building ahead, you hear screaming and see a cluster of bystanders staring and pointing upwards towards the 4th floor just below the roof. You see a woman looking out of an open window, screaming for help. Smoke is billowing out from behind her, and she looks and screams. She looks behind her and screams even louder when she faces the street. Do you intervene?
She's 1 story up?
She's 3 stories up.
3 stories up.
Are they regular stories or Hobbit stories?
They're regular stories. They're not. They're standard size and not super long.
You don't have levitate, do you, Andrew?
I have an animate rope. I could animate a rope to get up to her that she could tie.
Yeah, the rope.
No, you could probably do that with prestidigitation, but I don't have either.
You could do a rope with prestidigitation. How so?
Well,
You
can
could
manipulate
prestidigitation. You can move a rope.
Well, animate rope. Do you have that, Jennifer?
Yeah, I do. Then I wouldn't have to use a first level spell. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you just do that, and it'll crawl up the side of the building, as long as it's within its range, and then yeah, it'll crawl up and.
I have a 50-foot rope, but I would like it back. So could we wait till the dame is down?
Oh yeah.
So what do you now? Wait, what?
It's my rope, and I want it back.
I'm willing to loan it to you, but I need it back.
I don't know that she's going to be able to climb down by herself, maybe.
I don't know.
Right.
Facing death.
She doesn't look like she's. I mean, she might be able to. You don't know because you don't see her climbing.
Lorelei will fly up there and try to give her encouragement. Tell her there's a rope that we've provided that she can climb down.
All right. So Lorelei is taking a rope up there.
No,
Well,
she shouldn't have to do
The
that.
animate rope will do that.
Yeah, she's just going to go up and encourage the woman and tell her that there's a rope that she can climb down and
Yeah, so
try to help her.
to tie, like show her where to tie it off and whatnot.
Okay. So she's like, okay, tries to do that. You see her sort of tying things up, and then, she starts very sort of kind of like coming out of the window. She's pretty ungainly. She's not in great shape, this woman, but she's trying to wrap herself. She's hesitating on the sill because you could tell that she's quite frightened, and she doesn't strike you physically as the kind of woman who climbs a rope a lot.
So can I try to
women
get
who climb ropes a lot look like then? Because
the Cirque du Soleil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lanky, ropey.
can I go up the rope and try to help her?
Sure. Yeah.
How many climb checks is that?
Well, theoretically, it would
How
be
good you are.
it would be 2 climb checks to reach her. So go ahead. So like an athletics check or a climb check.
Oh, wait. No, there's no athletics. There's acrobatics.
Acrobatics is what I meant. Sorry.
If I can use acrobatics, that's much better.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so
That would be more Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, and I want to lend support.
So
12. Okay.
No, I get to do a bonus +4.
well, yeah. Well, it'd be +2 if you can assist. I don't know how you
Can, but I
assist.
thought I'll get a bonus on
like
assist.
this.
Okay, so a +12 or a 12 to try to get up to help her,
Okay.
and then a 15.
Yeah. So you end up climbing up there. She's still very, very. She's very nervously. She's like, "Oh, thank God you're here!" And you see her begin going back inside, even though there's smoke pouring out of there, and you can see flames inside the building.
No, I'm gonna try to get my arm around her
Okay.
and say we need to go down.
Okay.
And
All
she
right.
smacks
She's
you
like,
and
okay,
calls you
and she
fresh.
grabs onto you. She's really heavy, so if you're gonna climb down with her, I need a strength check and a climb check.
Okay, so my strength is 14.
Okay.
So that's
Pretty
a
good.
D20 +2.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
All right, give me the climb check.
The acrobatics, 18.
18. All right. So the problem with a natural 2 on the strength is you get her out of the window and you got her time. She's all over you. And at one point you start to climb down and you're actually getting there, but at the last minute, about halfway down, you feel her sort of losing her grip. She can't hold on to you and she slips off and falls the rest of the way. Lands pretty hard.
Hey, Les,
Yeah.
wait a minute. As a swift action, I can enlarge myself, do a large person.
Okay.
So I can get up like, I don't know, 12 feet and try to catch her maybe.
You're going to try and catch her? Okay, so you enlarge and get under there and just like try and grab her out of the sky?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, let's, what kind of skill would be used for grabbing somebody out of the sky?
Be a reflex save or something.
Yeah, let's try that.
Either a
Yeah,
reflex
a
save
reflex
or-
check. Or a dex check. Like a dexterity check. You roll a d20, use your dexterity bonus. Yeah. You almost drop her, but you do grab her out of the thing, and she grabs onto you. And she's like, "Oh my god!" She's crying and you do manage to get her down to the ground. Just as the building area that she was climbing off, which just burst into flames, and you can see it. So you did manage to save her. Excellent work. Torrant's like, "We gotta go."
Good thing we did not play evil characters.
Yeah, no kidding. Clap. Jump!
Hold up numbers.
Yeah, hold up the 8. I'm
All
the
right.
judge too.
I would have just given the dad the whiskey and walked away.
Here you go, buddy. Drink up. You're going to need it.
So I'll climb back down.
Only a block away looms the gate that leads to the next district and your destination, the Depository. The press of people is considerable as they flee towards the east into the city, and the passage is too narrow to allow easy exit from the western ward. As you push on, screams begin to erupt from the north. At first they are far away, but slowly, like a wave rolling onto the shore, the panic grows and moves south. A soldier patrolling the gate wall suddenly jumps with a curdling scream into the crowd and disappears from view. You think you can still hear screams go on for a moment and then stop, but you can't be sure. His plight is quickly eclipsed. However, when less than a dozen feet from you, men, women, and children begin to wail. You begin to feel panic. Are any of you Dragonborn?
No.
Okay. I need a will save
From all of us?
from everyone.
Well, I speak Draconic. Does that count?
Nah, maybe.
Does it?
Nah, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Does spell-like ability?
It is. Okay. Oh no.
Chuck, you can.
Wraith is the only one.
You're going to do the once per day. You can re-roll that using my save, which is +1 with an additional +2.
Okay, so +3.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh
Nice.
no, I need a
He
will
starts
save.
to get scared, but his
Yeah.
brother's there for him.
That's right.
Is that everybody?
No, it's just the twins.
No. Did Ono go? I didn't see Ono roll. Did he roll?
Not yet. Need a will save from you, buddy.
Will save.
14 enough, Les?
14 is
Hold on,
enough.
Hold on. Will save. Let me find that here. I did finish filling out my character sheet. Now I
Okay,
gotta
okay.
find my will save. Here we go.
Natty Twunzo, you filled that character sheet out good. All right, so basically this was a panicked crowd because you guys notice now one of those creatures came flying overhead, the ones that are doing bombing runs. You're not sure what it was that caused the crowd to panic, but you see a bunch of people going in all directions at once. You think on some level, you think it's them trying to get away from a potential bombing run. On the other hand, there does seem to be some sort of magic in the air that caused that caused a panic. And you guys felt it as well. So something happened, and you're not sure if these guys in the air are doing bombing runs and casting fear, or it's some sort of spell-like ability or something like that. But you guys managed to get past it. There are a bunch of, you can hear screaming as the thing wheels and heads east, and you can hear screaming from the other side. You pass through that open gate into the next section, this area right here. And as you pass through the gate, you can see the depository. It's 80 feet tall and flickers with oranges and reds from the fires beneath. Long, garishly colored banners hang from the roof of the topmost balcony. They drift lazily around in thermal currents, displaying the latest merchant advertisements. To your left, you hear a well-dressed man calling out in a plaintive voice, "Kiki, please come out. It's fine now. Please, Kiki." The voice sounds forlorn and devastated. And the man looks around and sees you guys and says, "Please, will you help me find my baby?"
Baby what?
Baby what? Yeah.
My little Kiki, my dire weasel. I don't know where he is.
Dire weasel?
Yes, it's my weasel.
How big's a dire weasel?
So basically, he goes. His house, which is nearby, right around there, was struck by a bomb, but it was the stone building didn't burn. The sound of the bomb going off spooked Kiki. And he says this to you really quickly, and he caused her to flee. He's worried that although she's usually friendly, someone might injure her accidentally.
No, there's lots of things around here wanting to injure her purposely.
All right. So he says, "She ran that way. Please help me. Please help me find her."
So do we need perception checks?
So the first thing, there's a couple of different things you can do. So the first thing is you have to try and figure out which way he went. You can use nature or perception to try and figure out where she went. All right, 12. Okay.
It's the best I got.
That's Lorelei perception.
Okay.
It's
You say
19 perception.
Knowledge nature, is that what you said?
Knowledge nature or a perception check. Yeah.
23.
All right. Very nice. Ono and Wraith with 19s apiece. Poe with a 10. You guys are like, whatever. So Ono, you kind of look around and you're thinking, I'm thinking like an animal. Which way would I go? And you see what looks to be a small animal over by a sewer grate. And you see the animal skittering around a bit, and it pops down into that sewer, boop, through the grate.
I've got a pretty good handle animal skill. Can I try to go over there and coax the weasel out of the grate?
I sense a naughty joke coming.
So coax the weasel out of the grate. Hey, this is a family game. Keep the weasel in the grate. All right, so so there's a couple of ways that you can do it. So you do see that Kiki is down there. She looks very frightened and generally speaking, not very happy. There's a couple of different things that you can try to do. So you guys all sort of pile over there. The guys freak out. "There's my Kiki. Please help me. Get her out for me." You can try to, the grate is essentially locked onto the sewer. There's a lock there. So you can try and pick the lock and get it off of there and open the grate and go in. Or you could try and reach in there and try and grab her, or you can try to coax her out.
Okay. May I try to coax her, and may I apply my handle animal skill?
Absolutely. Yeah, knowledge nature or handle animal will work.
Okay. I will try now. 22.
22! Since you got your character sheet set up, you haven't rolled anything less than a 20. So I'm going to have to check that character sheet later on. All right, so you have an idea. You're like, I know what to do, and you reach into your backpack and you pull out some morsels from a pile of trail rations that you have in your backpack. You hold them out and you're like, "Here, Kiki, here, Kiki," and it takes a minute, but finally she she kind of like skitters forward, sniffs your hand, and it takes one of the pieces and eats it. And you're like, here, have some more, have some more. And it takes a few minutes, but you finally get a pinch where you can get her and grab her, and you pull her through the grate and hand her to the, oh, thank you so much. I can't believe you got my Kiki back. Thank you, thank you. My name is Raznar. Please, if this is over, please come find me. I will reward you greatly. And he skitters off with his pet's return and takes off.
Okay, interesting. Here to help. Glad to help.
He's like, oh, here, I have something for you now, but I'll give you a greater reward later. And he pulls like a little satchel out of his, he's like in his bathrobe, but he's got a little satchel tied to a string next to him. So he pulls that and he throws it to you. And it's a pouch with 10 silver pieces in it. Thank you so much.
I will share this with the party.
Okay.
Should I write down 10 silvers, or is somebody?
I don't know if anybody's keeping the silver or what.
And Mike, are you keeping party treasure again, dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
10 silvers for the group.
Yep, got it.
I just lie whenever Les asks.
Thanks. I'll be checking your character sheet too. All right. So since you guys stepped in and assisted successfully on all 4 of these things, as you guys are moving closer to the depository, you see over in some like dirt next to one of the buildings that's on fire, you can see that there's some small box half buried. I'm sorry, it's not in the dirt. It's actually also inside that grate. So the sewer kind of has like a little ledge there. And after you get Kiki out, you sort of look in and you can see that there's a small box that looks like it's been in there for a long time.
Huh.
Oh, we just leave it then.
You get the glint of silver.
Looks dirty.
Like the box is made of silver, although it's very dirty.
Okay, can I reach down and grab the box?
It takes quite a bit of stretching to reach it, but you do finally get your fingers on it and grab it. It's about the size of a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
And you're able to pull it up through the grate, and you're like, I don't know, do you let anybody else see it, or do you keep it for yourself?
Do we know what a Rubik's Cube is?
Yes.
Okay.
I see.
Rubik's Cubes are a thing in this scenario.
My friends, I have found a Rubik's Cube. No, my friends, I have found a box. Should we check it for traps?
Sure.
Sure, if you're into that kind of thing.
Does anybody in your party check for traps? Do they know how to do that?
I
All
don't.
of us can check for traps.
Did you say trap or clap?
You check for claps. What do they call it in the military? A short arm inspection? Is that what they called it when you were in the Navy, Chuck?
Something like that.
There's my check for traps.
It doesn't look trapped. It's once you take Ono, I guess, hands it to you, and you sort of like look it over and you smear off some of the gook. You're not sure it's poop. It's a storm sewer, so it's not like a sewer. But you get it over that, and it's a very beautiful little box. Looks to be of tooled silver with an ornate lock on it, or an ornate latch. It's not locked.
Okay.
And you don't see that it's trapped in any way either. There's nothing obvious, certainly.
All right, I open it up.
All right, you open it up, and you see something very interesting. First, when you open up the box and you peer in, for one, it looks larger on the inside than it is on the outside. Now, not much larger, but maybe the space inside is maybe 6 inches by a foot. So this little box, which is eminently pocketable, can hold something much larger.
Mm-hmm.
Not much larger, but a little larger. So inside, first thing you see is there are a bunch of coins, gold among them, and on top of the gold, you see a couple of other things as well. So the first is a ornate dagger. It's not very long, maybe the size of a knife with an 8-inch blade, but very ornate and beautifully worked. Second is a gold ring with a cut amethyst on it. The third is a small flask. no bigger than a pill bottle you would get from Walgreens, but it contains a purple liquid.
Would we know Walgreens?
You would know Walgreens and Rubik's Cubes.
Oh, okay.
Walgreens the Walgreens in Gate Pass actually carries Rubik's Cubes if it hasn't been bombed yet.
Nice.
Can I do a craft check for alchemy to see if I can recognize the liquid?
Absolutely.
I want to do detect magic.
So the 13 is, I mean, you can't identify. It's not enough for you to identify the flask in there. But detect magic reveals that whatever is inside that flask is definitely magical. As is the dagger. The ring is mundane, but very beautiful. And it turns out there are 30 gold pieces in there as well, just scattered about.
Nice.
That's helpful. That will buy a lot of elaborate breakfast.
And tootin' it will.
How often can you do craft checks, Les?
Huh? You want to try again?
What is the other spellcraft? That would also identify then, since it's magic?
Spellcraft is how you identify.
How about that?
Holy crap.
What'd you get?
Yeah.
23?
Yep.
You're still focused on the liquid?
Yep.
Okay, so the liquid, you get a better look at it, hold it up to the light of the burning city, and you are pretty sure that this is a high-end potion of healing, probably cure moderate. But it's well crafted. Obviously, somebody took their time with this. From your alchemical sense, you could say that this is high-end potion making right here.
Do I have to roll again to identify the dagger?
Yeah.
Yes. Would you roll?
18.
Okay, that's enough.
If it's just a +1, you got it. If it's much more than that, you might not have gotten it.
Okay.
Less. We probably got it.
You got it. I was just checking to make sure. So you recognize, well, you determine that this is what is called a duelist's dagger, and it is typically used as a secondary weapon. So it's a +1 dagger. It's a duelist's dagger, and what has happened is usually used. So duelists will use a rapier and this dagger, and they use the dagger in sort of ways that help to parry things. It's a weapon in its own right, but if you're wielding two weapons, you can it grants a +1 deflection bonus to AC while you're dual wielding, and when attacking with an offhand weapon, it reduces penalties on attack rolls by 2.
Wow, this dagger does all that?
Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's not big. It's quite small. Otherwise, if you don't use it in two-word, it operates as a +1 dagger. Okay?
It's mine!
And then the box itself, which I don't know if you guys want to appraise that or anything.
I'll appraise it.
It's magic, and works in large part like give me an appraise roll when you get a set.
Okay.
Box of holding.
It's kind of, yeah. It's a small one. 6. Yeah, you've never. So you in your magical career have never seen a creation like this. It's pretty rare. But you're guessing that with an extra dimensional space inside that's larger. Now it's not huge. Like I said, maybe 1 foot by 6 inches once you open the box and reach and kind of get stuff around. It will hold, potions and things like that. And the box itself is very small, like a snuff tin, it almost looks like. And snuff does exist here. So like I said, about the size of
that's the Walgreens too.
So you could get stuff at Walgreens.
Bondrum's most interested in the box.
It's pretty, yeah, it's an interesting box and magical of itself.
Yeah, that's
but Titus doesn't have any idea how much it could be worth. Expensive to commission. It's a special commission.
Would use magical device help me? And
Spellcraft is what you need to identify it.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, spellcraft would be the one.
Spellcraft.
I got a 13. That's not good enough.
On spellcraft?
I'm pretty good at spellcraft. Let me give it a whirl.
Okay. Yeah, you guys. This is something that's. You do spellcraft, Bo?
Yep.
Okay, so 25. You're like, I've seen these. These are made by the elves a lot of times. I've seen these creations as creations of the elves, and they're very rare. You're guessing something like this. I mean, if you had to put a price on it, probably easily something along the lines of 500 to 700 gold pieces if you were to sell it.
Holy crap! Bondum was going to.
It behaves like probably a type 0.5 bag of holding.
Yeah, it's very small. It's not very big. You can fit much more than a box. The thing of it is, it's concealable, and you can put stuff in there. And since it's an extra dimensional space, it keeps things safe from impact and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why Vondrum had his eye on it, because of alchemical fire weapons and throw weapons and whatnot. It's a convenient way
you could fall out of a building and have alchemical fire and weapons in that box, and they'll be perfectly fine.
Didn't we watch a character blow up who tripped and fell on his
Scott did that, yeah.
Scott Ketchinus.
I'd be willing to work off my portions for a while for that box.
We'll tell you what, now that we're talking about loot, let me ask you guys this. These Excel spreadsheets a lot of us use, the guy also has what's called a loot divider. And so I got that. And that basically allows you to, if you want to get super specific and super fair, it basically is a log that we can use, and I put in what we've got, and it immediately can divide it however many ways we want. If you want to, we can. What's that?
I'm
no kidding.
Super fair.
Yeah, and so if you want to, I can use that and just keep track of who gets what, and then we can use that to kind of it'll keep track of it. So as someone gets like a +2 sword that's worth $8 grand. That kind of goes into their.
Well, I just say if it saves all her bacon, just give it to her, because if she's going to have potions that need.
Right.
I kind of feel the same way about like an 8,000 gold piece sword. If it's going to save our ass in the hands of, Wraith or something, but it is kind of interesting just to see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been able to solve a Rubik's Cube, so I'm curious.
It's interesting to see how this sheet works, though. Maybe can you put just like all the gold on it? Would it make it easier?
Yeah, I can do that too.
I mean, it's fine if everybody wants to use it. I'm down with that too, but I don't really.
One person has to use it, Jennifer. Mike would basically be doing it.
Yeah, I would do it, but I'm just asking.
I understand that.
Typically, we just kind of give it to whoever gets it, and then try and keep it,
Yeah, so nobody gets overloaded.
Fair, so. That usually goes fine.
Les gives out so little magic, it's not like there's
really
an overabundance of.
Anyway.
What?
Well, I felt like we did a good job.
I always kick myself about how much magic I give you guys.
Oh my gosh.
So much. It's like I wheeled the cart back.
You sell us a lot of it.
I'm completely good. I'm good going either way, Mike. But I mean, I think it's always worked out in the past. But it's interesting.
Yeah. This thing doesn't change how we divvy stuff out. It just keeps track. So
that'd be interesting.
It would allow us down the road to see that, oh, you know what? Guess what? Mike's got a +2 sword and a +2 thing of armor, and one of these mages back here has gotten like a single potion, and that's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So maybe we should start.
Maybe we'll find out we haven't been so fair after all.
but that would not with standing. I think the silver box makes a lot of sense to go to Jennifer's.
All right. Well, make sure you put in there that Vondrum bought me a shot.
Stolen shots of alcohol are worth 1 silver.
Okay. I will go ahead and use this just to keep track of stuff. I'll use the track.
Yeah, I'm curious how it works.
And then
I'm curious how it works too.
Go ahead and put this box. I'm going to say this is to Vondrum. So if you want to add the box of holding to your.
Is that what do we have to keep rolling till we figure this out, Les? How about a 24?
No, it doesn't have a specific name. It's a custom item.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just calling. It's pretty much a box of holding is what it is.
You can name it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of a weight limit on it, Les, or?
No, well, no, not specifically. I mean, basically it's a size limit. You could probably all the stuff that you pulled out of there probably weighed several pounds. I mean, theoretically, you could fill it with liquid lead if you wanted to, and hold it there as long. It's more derived by the space, defined by the space rather than the weight.
What does the box itself weigh?
Very light. It feels like a very light tooled silver, less than probably just a few ounces, really.
So less than 1 pound. Yeah.
Much less than 1 pound.
In fact, it makes you weigh less. So if you're on a diet, you would
Got that box free way.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a cool little custom item.
That's awesome.
So just a metagame for a second. There's as you read through some of this material that for this AP, there's a lot of those kinds of items in here that are sort of like custom and weird and different. So which is really interesting because and I see some of them and I'm like, boy, when if and when they get this, I'm like going, I'm very curious to see how they put this to use. I'll just give you an example. Even the duelist's dagger, so it's a dagger that essentially helps you with your AC and allows you to sort of ass into being into a dual wielder if you're not already. It lessens the bonus. So it's like at this point, it's like, all right, who's gonna, from a DM standpoint, it's like, all right, who's gonna step up and become a dual wielder using this thing? Because then you're like, rapier and dagger, and it's like, ting, 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 that kind of stuff. So you still have to use a light weapon in your primary hand, but it's a way to sort of, if somebody's interested in
typical 2-weapon fighting, you don't.
Yeah, I think in
it's just
Pathfinder you do. It has to be a light.
Offhand has to be a light weapon.
I think.
So if I have to register my hands as lethal weapons, doesn't that count as one?
Where do you put wondrous items like that on the TOS?
With this being a custom item, you'd have to go back to the gear sheet.
Yeah, it's just treasure or gear.
And then, well, you have to go to gear and then you'd add it. But what I would do is just hand type it into the actual sheet.
I hand typed it in. It went into wondrous items, okay, but it doesn't. I mean, magical items worn, and then.
Well, it's not worn. It's just in your inventory.
Yeah.
So literally just type in your inventory and leave it there.
Just type it in gear. In gear, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking at 2-weapon fighting. It's a combat feat that you would normally take. If you wield a second weapon in your offhand, you get 1 extra attack. Fighting there's penalties.
Yeah, there's no penalties if the offhand weapon's not light, but the primary can be anything.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I do see there's normal penalties. Offhand weapon is light, reduces them. 2-weapon fighting feat, and offhand weapon is light and 2-weapon fighting feat. Okay.
It just can't be a 2-handed weapon.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it has to be a single-handed weapon. Okay. Yeah. No. I guess that's maybe for rogues. It has to be that way. Okay. Cool. Yeah. No. That's right. So anybody might be able to sort of go into that.
I'll have to look at that.
Awesome. All right.
It's probably the only one that could. Got no rangers, right?
No, I don't think we do. I think one of the sorcerers should try 2-weapon fighting. That'd be fun. All right. So you finally make your way to the depository. You see the dark needle of the depository tower long before you see the guarded gate, which appears along the roadway. Now, as you come to those massive iron gates, you see 4 well-armed guards, 3 orcs and a dwarf, who snap to greater attention and prepare for a challenge. In a respectful voice, the dwarf asks for the required owner's key, and Torrant steps forward and says, "I have the key," and produces it. The other guards visibly relax as she does so. The dwarven, she hands him the key, and the dwarf, sort of in an offhand way, takes the key and says, "The riots and the attacks have us all on edge. So please forgive our diligence." He says as he tests the key on the lock plate. He hands the key back to her, and the latch opens. He places his lips against the opening and whispers something, and the large cogs and gears on the sides of the gate start to rumble and turn and begin to open. In a moment, the way is open, and one of the orc guards sort of clumsily gestures a welcome for you guys to enter. As you pass into this area, it's almost as if the chaos of the city disappears. The area inside is untouched by Sargavan bombs. There is a garden. It's nighttime, so you can't hardly see it, but there's a beautifully tended garden that's sort of slithered, over there with lots of, since it's wintertime, there's lots of evergreens and things that look splendid. Fountains burbling away with the the bubbles and things to keep the ice from forming and breaking the fountains, although there is a rime of ice around a lot of the edges and places like that. It's beautiful. On one of the fountains you can see there's like elemental spirits carved into it, and over to the right nearby is a statue of Governor Coltongue posing with a torch in his hand over on the right, and the torch itself lights the path towards the depository building, because it looks like it has a continual light spell cast on it. You can count 4 other guards patrolling the grounds, again, dwarves and orcs primarily, and continue towards the large double iron doors that are the only entrance to the central structure. Once again, you are challenged at that door, and Torrant's key is used again, and the orc guard speaks a secret phrase into another one of those things, and those doors open. There's guards inside, the orc politely says with a gruff and gravelly voice. His smile looks like a grimace, so be careful and don't accidentally open the wrong locker. There are lanterns here for light, and with a chuckle he adds, you'll regret that if you meet up with that ugly gnome in there now. And it is 11:02, and as you guys enter the depository building, we will stop there, and we will start at this point next time.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Awesome. Well done. That was awesome, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nah, my pleasure. This is great. I'm having a blast.
Me too. Me too.
All right, you guys. Next week is A-Team again, so we will be back in Alishan area wondering what you guys are going to do next.
Some of you will be.
Some of you will. Oh, that's true. Sorry, Andrew. Some of you will be. Some of you won't be. But if not, I'll see you guys in 4 weeks when we return here.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, all.
Thanks, you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Good night.
Sure.
Sweet dreams. Take care.
Good night.
Good night, you guys. I got to figure out how to turn this thing off.
Yeah, me too.
My
Bye.
controls are in one place and the other things are. Here we go.
Hey, did Marla have a good time last night?
She did. She absolutely did. So yeah, she's thanks. Thanks for the bourbon. That was awesome. You guys didn't have to do that, certainly. But I can't wait to drink it.
It was going to be wasted here, so she said no big fuss, and we just wanted to wish you happy birthday.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to drinking it.
Okay, have fun. Have a nice night.
All right, you too. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.